What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another exciting Gunpla Hangar. Tonight, we are building the follow-up to the MG Crossbone X-1 full cloth, which is the Crossbone X-1. This is the real great edition sent to me by Destination Stone, our good friends of the channel here. But let's see who all has joined our chat so far. We have G-Force Racing. We have Dave's Dimension. We've got William H. Grimsley. Nim is actually working on getting a few things set up here right now. So she should be back momentarily. I see a fly buzzing around the camera here. I've got to take care of a couple of things. Big Gamer, what's going on? CB and Mama CB, welcome to the stream. All right, guys. So if y'all are interested to see what this kit's going to be looking like here, that is an actual depiction of the kit right there on the box. This is a recent drop. This is a recent re-release of an amazing kit made back in, I want to say 2011, maybe a little later. This kit was released, but Hobby Lobby just picked a bunch of these up, and Destination Stone picked me up a copy of this. Come for the Gunpla, stay for the shenanigans. That's right, guys. By the way, if y'all have not checked out that subscriber count there, we are already at 7 likes. By the way, good God, that's amazing. But we're at 657 subscribers. At 700, I'm going to be doing yet another giveaway. I'm gonna be picking out a couple of anime themed kits, so it won't be Gunpla this time. Instead, it'll be like the Dragon Ball Z kits that y'all saw that I had. Dave, thank you for dropping some links. By the way, I want to make sure I get this link put up in the chat right now. And this is the link for anybody that wants to come build with me. So anybody that wants to join the hangar, you have an option to do so. We've got you there. We've got enough spaces for everybody. But yeah, tonight we've hit another milestone at 657. I will be keeping an eye on my subs to see how well we do tonight. So I see we have the amazing Sleeping Collectibles in here as well. So many amazing content creators. Big Gamer, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Dave, you are a pro. Thank you so much for all you do. Speaking of Daves, we've got the man who you need to call if you have ghosts in the greater Buffalo area. Speaking of Dave, it is Dave's Dimension. We've got the man who you need to call if you have ghosts in the greater Buffalo area. Dave, how's it going?
What's going on?
Not much. Getting ready for another wonderful build here tonight. Let's see. I've got the Crossbone Gundam here. What are you working on tonight, Dave? Exia. Oh, I'm jelly.
I was going to do a Biel, but I decided now I'm going to put that off.
Dude, that Biel, I want to build it I want to build that so bad. I think that might be my next one after Crossbone. I don't know. I might keep the crowd voting on it because I had the crowd vote on this one and they seem to heavily love this one. Kshatriya came in second. Yeah, Jen has been working on. So the reason why we're starting a little late, as you can see here, Jen has popped into the chat. We are working on our Disney travel vlog right now. Well, she's working on it. She does a lot of the Disney vlog stuff, but she's been working on day 2, which has been Hollywood Studios. Guys, it is a tearjerker. She has made just a beautiful piece of work.
Chef's kiss.
What's that?
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss all the way, man. It's gonna be if this doesn't get 100 views, I'll be shocked. It's beautiful.
Now, this popped up in my head last week.
Yeah.
I never really heard anyone use the term chef's kiss until I met you, Sleeping, and now it's like I'm seeing everyone or hearing everyone use that term.
Are we influencers?
People in the UK are using that term on their streams now.
I'm telling you, it makes me feel like we're slowly becoming influencers.
No, it's world domination. Get it straight.
This is true. We're doing the same thing that the brain had planned to do. Take over the world.
New type streamers?
I would love. See, I wanted to call our group New Types, but I figured that was already taken by other groups. So I refer to us as just pilots.
So I'm about 6 episodes into a Gundam Unicorn.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I like a lot of the mobile suit designs they got in there.
Dude, I'm telling you. How about that Sananju? Have you seen that yet?
Don't think so.
That's the big red one.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. That one just popped up in this episode.
Yeah. Wait till you see Neo Zeong, and wait till you see how much that Neo Zeong kit is going for right now.
I can only imagine.
Bro, it is. I'm gonna tell you right now. It shook me with how expensive that kit is. Will, that's okay, man. He said he won't be able to join up tonight. Thank you. These are pretty good camera angles. I'm liking this. And by the way, has anybody noticed what's hiding right there? This is a one of the Bandai Wargreymon toys that actually can transform into Agumon.
Digimon?
Yeah, it's a Digimon toy. I've had that for a little while now. That's been sitting on my desk here for a long time. The horn's broken. I accidentally popped the horn off, and now it stays on, but you got to be very gentle with it. All right, so I'm getting my runners set up here.
I looked at the box and I was thinking to myself, it'd be cool if I painted some of the parts like a silver.
Yeah.
They already have an aluminum plastic.
Do they?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like,
Eggsy dropping some good stuff. Off-World Adam, what's going on? Yes, we have some Digimon stuff here. I actually have a Digimon Wargreymon kit that I want to put together. I might do that next. I might actually skip a Gundam this time and go with some Digimon. I also have some easier kits that I'm gonna do. I've got some stuff like I was telling Big Gamer in my comment section earlier. He commented on my latest Gunpla haul, and I might actually look to start like gathering some items to give away for my 700 subscriber because I'm so close. I am really close to 700.
I was kind of jealous that Will post those 3 RGs he picked up.
Oh, I know. He picked up that third RG behind me. That was one that we didn't get on our Gundam hunt. That Wing Zero kit that he picked up was just a beauty.
Is he hunting without you?
Oh, I think he is diving head over heels into this Gunpla community. Like it's so good to see another Gunpla builder, you know. And it's so good to see that I'm influencing more people who are like not into it to try to get into it a little more.
Yeah, you're turning into that Dave Chappelle gif where he's dressed up as Rick James.
Yeah.
Mayor. Come on.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this kit doesn't have many runners. There are a lot of pieces on these runners, so I'm not too freaked out by the runners here. Let me go ahead and see if I can get everything alphabetized here.
I technically have 9 runners for an RG. That doesn't seem bad.
No, the newer RGs are not terrible at all with this. Like their runner counts are lower than most.
I like how shiny this is.
Like for instance, this is the B runner for this. That's not bad. By the way, I see Destination Stone has popped up. What's going on, Destination Stone? They are actually the ones that provided this kit for me. Dwayne and Stevie sent me this not too long ago. It is a cult, Will. Welcome to the cult. Lord have mercy. Or excuse me, Char have mercy.
And yeah.
Very much, Big Gamer. By the way, Big Gamer is in love with your Exia blades.
They are so. Look.
I love that.
I couldn't even paint this that well. That would be.
That is so awesome. Like I love that. I love when
you can see the reflection of your enemy's mobile suit as you're ripping it apart.
Yes, very much so.
It's like butter.
So I'm a little confused here because they've got G1 as a runner, but I haven't seen a G2 runner. Oh, and remember last week I was saying I might need to find some wire for a couple of parts so I can pose some things?
Yeah.
They provided wire with my Gunpla. I found it in one of the bags while I was cleaning out my trash box.
Nice.
Just now. All right, this is runner C. So I think I can stand that. Nah, I better lay that down. Just trying to see if I could, like, put my runners vertical. That way they're just easier to get, but I don't think that's a wise idea. There's 2 D runners, 1 E runner, and 2 F runners. The F runners I should be able to stand vertically because they're just thin and easy to get to. All right, and then I'm going to have to move my table further up. Now, Numerial says I can't stay up too late, but to that I say it's Gunpla time. I know she's got to work early, though, so I don't want to keep her up too late. All right, so the first thing I need to do is actually break out B runner, the runner I just took out, and form my core fighters.
4 of your core fighters?
Build the core fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound like you said 4 core fighters for a second. I'm like,
oh no, it's a single core fighter, but you got to form it. You got to shape it up.
Yeah.
And I'm a little intimidated here by it. Got that fly. The one fly that's been bothering me the whole time. Oh, nice. Sleeping says he's teaching Easty the virtues of Mortal Kombat tonight. Darth Muzza, how's it going? Muzza got his winnings, by the way. They finally made it in, which is good because we were concerned that, like, with the Backstreet Boys reunion tour being a thing still in most of the world, that the shipping was going to be like messed up real bad.
Speaking of shipping, I get to go box hunting this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Well, I had mentioned before that I was looking at potentially selling one of my Proton packs.
Yeah.
I have a buyer.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. It's my Back to the Future pack. It's what pretty much a lot of people in the Ghostbusters community know me for.
Yeah.
That's like, people are like, why are you going to sell them? Like, 1, I haven't worn it in 2 years. 2, I have someone who's willing to pay around 3 and change.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that pretty much is going to help me with the pack I'm trying to get. Because I'm trying to get that HasLab.
Yeah.
They are 135 away now from making goal.
That is not bad, dude, because it was like, what? How close was it when you told me the last time?
They're still like 400, maybe 500 away. I mean, this thing's climbing faster than all the other HasLabs. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a record. Because they just have to get to 7,000 to be goal. And then they have like 4 stretch goals.
Okay.
And we still have like another 38 days left. Maybe 39, 38 days left in the whole thing. So, I mean, they can easily hit those goals.
Yeah, that won't be hard at all. And by the way, I just dropped my first piece, and it's on the first step. The first step, and I'm already dropping pieces. I got to make sure I don't pull my monitor too far because I've got hard drives plugged into it.
Hard drives are good.
Yeah, it's all of Jen's Disney stuff. So if I drop it and it breaks and we lose Disney stuff, I'm dead.
More like Nin have mercy.
No, there won't be any mercy there. It'll be how soon can she ship packages to everybody? All right, I'm having to go to the floor to search for my part.
Good luck.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
It's a round part too, so it not only bounced, it probably rolled. And it's a part I need. It's a definite part I need.
So Sleeping is doing education for EC and the MKs. He's starting with the original MK.
One would hope, but that might be a hard find there.
Well, is he doing the video game education or the movie education? Because got some differences there.
I'll have to look at the comments. All right, how does a piece roll away? Oh, there it is. I found it. Standing straight up, by the way, on the round end. It's gonna be that kind of night, guys.
And it's only begun.
Muzza, you don't have to worry about the cost of anything. That's a gift. I really wish USPS wouldn't put their prices on the labels. That makes me feel like people are gonna see that and be like, "Oh my God, why did you pay that much?" Because I love you. That's why.
See, that's another thing I'm worried about when I get the box and get ready to ship that back to the guy.
Yeah.
So it's like from here in New York State all the way down. He's in I want to say North Carolina.
That might not be too terrible on shipping cost.
Well, you got to take into account the size of the box.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
So it's a light one, but still the size and everything. So we'll see. Because I've shipped small stuff before, but
oh, that is cool. I like that. Like to get the core fighter together. I almost freaked out because I went to like bend it a little bit just to make sure everything looked right. And it came apart, and the little piece and that piece that I dropped earlier just disappeared on me. There we go. Brandon Looney Tunes, how's it going? Welcome to the night stream. All right.
My kingdom for an F.
I'll get with you on the mailing address just to make sure it's correct. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. It was such a great job of me to drop that piece. By the way, let me get my little banner down there. I forgot to put that up because I was running late thanks to Her Highness there. All right, I'm gonna brighten up my desk a little bit here so I can see. I need to get a better lighting system for in here. All right, now I need to keep it all together.
Speaking of which, I have a ring light that I use for right over here.
Yeah.
And that was my video on Tuesday, I believe.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
I mean, it runs off a USB power, so you can just plug it into a USB port or hub if you have it connected to a computer or power source.
Yeah.
And it actually comes with a stand. You don't have to use the stand, but it actually comes with a stand you could like prop up. It's got an attachment, so if you're using a cell phone or even a webcam, you can actually put it right where it's in the center of the ring light.
That's really cool.
So, I mean, it's not bad. It was pretty inexpensive. Plus, they had a card that came with it. Said, "Oh, if you post a review, send us a screenshot of it, email us." And I got a $20, I think it was $15 or $20 Amazon gift card back from them. So
that's not bad, man. That's not bad at all. I love it when companies do stuff like that. You know, to reward you for like using their product to review the product. You know,
and honestly, I didn't want to do anything expensive. I mean, let's be honest. We're all kind of trying to budget when we can.
Yeah, I've got to do that a little more now. So my Gundam buying days are on hiatus. All right, I've got to try now to get all this together. Let's see. All right, from the side view, it should look not like that. There, now it should look like that. There we go. I don't like how the connection just doesn't stay when you move the part. Like I'm trying to... Oh, come on. Did I not do this right? Let me see. No. That little piece is going to be the death of me tonight, by the way. It keeps wanting to, like, drop out of my hands there. All right, so let's start off with how it originally was. I don't feel like that's trying to pop loose. I don't need those to come off. This is not a terrible kit, but it's just a lot of work just to kind of make sure you got everything in line. Okay, I needed to bend the top piece this way, and then fold this way. There we go. Plug. Let me see. Bend the little crosses down. There we go. Pop. Okay, that's not. I needed to bend these. It's such a neat design. It's a unique design for these crossbones or these cross pieces here.
Yeah.
they're just a little bit finicky, and I don't know how I feel about that just yet.
Yeah, that's the RG one. So
Yeah, this is the RG. So
that's one I had, but it was damaged.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the one I had to do a little bit of a rubber cement on.
I might have to glue that that little connector piece in place there because that's just way too loose.
That's probably the piece I had an issue with.
Jen says the dog wants mod, please. All right, Muzza, have a good night, man. Yep, you got the Pilotka. Good. Yeah, I put a Pilotka in his package. I usually if I'm sending out like winnings, I'll put either a Pilotka or an Ushanka, depending on depending on like the availability of the hat. And two, I've kind of moved away from giving away Ushankas just because they're a lot harder to ship, just because they're fluffier.
This kind of weather, you might need it.
Yeah.
So it has me starting to put the leg here, and again, I loved some of the joints that they have here. Where the pieces are like automatically moving.
Yeah, that is one of the things I love about these real grade kits is that the parts themselves are pretty much just molded that way so that they automatically just they form that way. I thought that was a really great idea. All right, so my next step, I got to do this 4 times.
4 times.
And I got to cut out all of my A32s. Oh, that one was already loose. Went to cut it out, and the whole thing came off. Like the whole A32 that was already there had been possibly pushed a little.
That's not nice.
I know. It's that thinner stuff up at the top. By the way, they said your Gundam. Oh, Darth Muzza said his Gundam is so shiny. Miss Regina, the Babushka, has made it in. Dave, Big Gamer wanted to know if they did the Exia justice.
Well, we'll know after I put it together. I only started the leg so far, but the leg's awesome.
Let's see. Let's set the A runner off to the side because I'm going to need that here in a minute. I need the D runner. And I need D18. Are there 2 D runners? There are 2 D runners. We did include. So I watched Jen's video of the of our Disney trip. We did include like a small section of the lightsaber build. We sped up a good bit of it just because it's literally like a 30-minute. In and of itself, that would have been like a 30-minute.
Like a full-on presentation. I've watched a few of those videos.
Yeah, but one of the reasons why we did like a shortening of it is because there's a lot of the Star Wars like background music in it.
Copyright. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm trying to avoid the big C there.
Now, I wonder if they copyright the character voices.
Yoda's voice is used
quite a bit because I've seen a few of those.
I don't want to spoil too much, but I know that if anybody's watched the video, they know.
Yeah.
If anybody's watched like a build session, they know that Yoda does make a voiceover appearance.
But I'm sure the video itself doesn't do the experience.
Oh, not at all. Jen's editing is amazing, but that experience in and of itself is a whole nother ball game. Like I encourage anybody who can go to Disney World to go to Disney World because it is, and go to Hollywood Studios and go to Galaxy's Edge. Because that experience in and of itself was just such an eye-opening experience.
Well, right. I saw the the stream Sleeping did?
Yes.
When you guys went on the one ride, I mean that looks pretty cool and immersive.
So that ride right there, the whole day we had problems trying to get onto it. Like at the start, like it was wild just how it's a popular ride.
Sure.
Autobot Trash Talker, what's going on? Okay, Jen said she cut all the canon stuff. I don't think I did, Big Gamer. I don't know if I sent you a request on Epic. I may if I did, then that's I didn't say. I don't think I sent you a request on Epic. Jen says no spoilers. Shh. There wasn't too many there.
Yoda dies. What?
All right. Jen says your lack of enthusiasm for how awesome it looks disturbs her. I think she just pulled a Vader quote on you.
That's okay.
All right, so now I've got to get all this together here.
I already have my bus ticket for hockey sticks.
At least we'll be neighbors. That's what I always tell people. Like, people are like, man, I guess we're going to hell. I was like, yeah, at least we'll be neighbors.
Yeah, whenever someone says, yo, you're going to hell, I'm like, I already got the bus ticket. What are you talking about?
Yeah. All right, the crossbone doesn't look bad. I'm liking the design of this already. The only thing, like I said, the only thing I don't like is just that tail end there that doesn't like that part, that first part you had to connect.
Yeah. A bit janky.
It is. It is a lot of janky. Like, it doesn't stay together real well, and it's kind of a bummer. But I mean, at the same time, this is not a bad kit. Like, I'm not going to knock this kit. You know, it's still a lot of fun. It's just that one piece probably does need a little TLC.
By the way, did you guys have a good Halloween?
I worked, so it wasn't the best, but
that had to be interesting.
Not really. It wasn't terrible. Like, we had a couple people come in with, like, you know, just your typical.
Nothing too freaky.
Nothing crazy. Yeah, it was just typical.
You work in a hospital, right?
Yes. I can't really go into details too much about what goes on.
No, but I know people who work in hospitals, and I've heard stories about Halloweens and.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, Halloween is usually a wild night for us. Not at all. That was like probably one of the. It was busier than normal, but that was about it. Like, you can always tell your busier nights, and usually holiday days and nights are usually your busiest. And we were expecting, like, at least, some craziness to come in, but.
Well, you want to hear a good one?
Yes.
Sunday, which was Halloween, that morning, me and the rest of Buffalo Ghostbusters, we were at the Buffalo Bills game.
Yeah.
Of course, Buffalo's known for its tailgaters. They start drinking as soon as.
Oh God, yes, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now, Buffalo's got one of the best tailgating scenes that I've ever seen.
Just watch out for the folding tables. That's all I gotta say. But I mean, you get a lot of rowdy people. At one point, now it was, mind you, it wasn't like a heat wave there.
Yeah.
Autobot, yeah, I'm building the Exia.
This
but
end cap here is about to drive me nuts.
So it was probably 40s. A lot of rain. There was a bit of rain for most of the morning. Wind chill. Pretty windy. So we were wearing gloves, and the place right next to us was like this. Was it Crunch Fitness or some weird name like that?
Yeah.
They were giving out, hey, if you send an email, we'll give you a free set of gloves. So it's like these cheap little cotton kind of gloves. But we needed them. It was a bit chilly. Fingers were getting kind of icy. So towards the game is about to light in. It's about 12:30. People are massive lines everywhere. People are drunk as hell. This one guy's like, hey, says to one of our guys, he's like, hey, you see my aunt over here? She wants your gloves. Give her your gloves. And he's like, no. He's like, come on, you're Ghostbusters. You're supposed to be immune to aliens and all that stuff.
Immune to aliens and all that stuff?
Well, I censored it for the children in the audience. He used a few other choice words, but
I bet.
You thought we're immune to aliens. We're trying to explain to them, no, we're just regular people. We're exterminators for ghosts, Yeah. But the guy, he kept pushing. This guy was drunk. He could barely stand up. But yeah, it was a fun experience. Wound up on ESPN that morning. So
yeah, I saw, dude. That was amazing, by the way.
Like, he was like, "Hey, I'm a cameraman for ESPN. Would you guys want to do something?" Like, you're asking someone if they want to be on TV? Yeah, twist their arm. Hello.
Yeah, but I saw the thing you posted where y'all were on TV, and I was like, that is amazing. Like, it was good to see that y'all got the recognition, you know, because y'all came out strong. Look, y'all had a lot of fun too.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. Plus, they had adult beverages there.
Oh yeah, you can never go wrong with a tailgate.
Well, where we were is actually on the Bills stadium property.
Ah, nice.
So we weren't actually in the lot, but we were actually on their property right by the gates.
Oh,
and
nice.
They have a section called they call it Boulevard instead of Boulevard.
Yeah.
And it's all like free samples of stuff. Like they have us, they had caricatures, free temporary tattoos, all these different things. And they had, you ever hear of Screwball? I think a Screwball whiskey.
Yes.
It's like a peanut butter and jelly flavored whiskey they had.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I even tried it. I'm like, this is actually pretty good.
See, I don't know. I've had peanut butter and jelly flavored things before, and it made me go, ugh.
Well, it's funny because my wife and I, we don't really drink that much. We're like social drinkers, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's like me. I'm a social, not so much like a. I don't make it a life choice.
I think she made like 5 trips back with a couple of our other members. They're all like. So it was a fun time.
I bet, man. It sounds like fun.
I'm a little jealous because a couple of my teammates are they're going to back to New York City.
Yeah.
The official premiere.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They get to do they're entering to get into the red carpet so they can actually be there, but they're going to be seeing the movie. 2 of our members who already saw the movie during New York City Comic-Con are actually 2 of the guys going back. I'm like,
that's wild, man.
I was like, you guys suck. I'm like, that's okay. I'll wait just a little bit longer. I'll see it on the 18th. I'm good. That's like, if I had the time, I would do it because they're going that Monday and then driving back that Tuesday morning. So it's technically like 2 days.
Okay.
If I didn't have a doctor's appointment in December, I would take the sick time and try and pull it off, but I'm good.
Hey, thank you, Big Gamer. Let's see. YT Kevin's World, what's going on? So Dave is building the Exio, which comes from. Is that 00? I'm trying to remember.
Just says Celestial Being Mobile Suit GN001 is what it says here. It doesn't show what the.
Yeah, I think that's Let me look it up. I always have a hard time remembering if that's 00 or if that's Let me look. I always have a hard time remembering like the difference between Destiny and 00 because I never got a chance to really watch those. Exia is a suit from Gundam 00. Yep.
Okay.
And that one, I've never watched 00, so I'm not too familiar with the. Let's see.
Sounds like it should be a James Bond Gundam. 00.
Yeah, it does. Big Gamer sent me something. I'm checking it out. I'll have to check it out in a second there, Big Gamer. But Epic Store and a friend request from you, just making sure because if this wasn't you, definitely. Yeah, I'll check. I'm gonna check my Epic a little bit later. I didn't send you a friend request. I don't think. Wait a minute, which one's Epic?
Again?
Yeah, it could be. And I'm working on the Crossbone, which comes from. It comes from the manga. There's a manga called Crossbone, which takes place in the Universal Century. It takes place later on in the Universal Century, right after the F-91 saga. So there's each of our kits comes from a different setup in the lore.
Yeah, we didn't coordinate this week. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Jen's explaining the destination stone what's going on. Dave is building the Exia. Yep. Autobot says he's starting off that build tomorrow. Awesome, Autobot. I think you'll have a lot of fun with that kit. How much do these Gundam models cost? Now, mine cost about they usually run about $31 for the real grades, if not a little more, depending on the size of the kit and the popularity. Like the Sazabi, I know, goes for I think $50, if I'm not mistaken.
And I highly recommend shopping around.
Yeah, definitely shop around. Definitely look around. Try to find your deals. I know that Hobby Lobby usually has some pretty good deals if you have a Hobby Lobby in your area. If not, I know Target is now starting to carry some kits. And Dave, you might want to start checking out your Target here soon, because through a reputable seller who sells kits, he got a shipment the other day for some of the master grade Barbatoses from Iron Blooded Orphans.
At Target?
Well, they had Target labeling on them.
Okay.
And he is a seller from his store is a very reputable store. I highly recommend them. They're one of my top recommended stores. All right. So now I've got to fold up my core fighter here. I might have to see about gluing that piece in, or either seeing if I can find something that can solidify that a little better. But I just got the core fighter folded up there. Linda, how's it going? Oh, your girlfriend just got the goof? Nice.
I hope it's not catchy.
Sweet Gaming, how are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. But Kevin, I'm trying to catch up on the chat there. Sorry if I'm missing your comments early. It can be a little pricey. Yes, I do record almost all of my builds, and in fact, I actually didn't start recording builds until a little later on. But originally, I was doing this as like a non-streaming build. So it was like I would build the kit, do a review, and then that review would come up on it would come up on, like, I want to say Tuesdays was my Gunpla Hangar originally. And I would do I would do reviews of the kits I built, and then I actually learned how to green screen because of that. Because I would put them in the hangar, going into the hangar before as I was reading off the review. But yeah, I decided to start live streaming these because it literally was more fun for me to live stream than it was to sit there and do a build and then like tell you about the build. But those are good questions, Kevin. I like that. Thank you. Favorite Looney Tunes character is Foghorn Leghorn. Oh, someone, Big Gamer loves your logo, your profile pic there, Kevin. Linda, how are you tonight? $13 at Hobby Lobby. Okay, yeah, that's not... See, you can get some great deals on Gunpla kits. The real grades, the master grades, and the high grades tend to run a little higher. Some of the bigger high grades tend to run a little higher. Like, I've spent like $10 on a high grade before. I gotta get something else under my wheel so I can scoot up a little bit. That might help with my part droppage to lean over the table a little more. Also got to move my mic so I can see the chat. But yeah, some of these high grades can run a little expensive, but some of them aren't so bad. I can hear a plate getting rattled in the sink right now. We just did dishes today, and we just had supper right after we did dishes. And it sounds like one of the cats has found the tortie I showed y'all. She is the most trouble when it comes down to playing with stuff in the sink.
Is that the one Jen's trying to pass off to me?
Yeah, I think so.
If we didn't have River, we were looking at torties. Because my wife had, for a number of years, she went through injections for allergy.
Yeah.
Because before I met her, she had 2 cats, and she was going through allergy shots just so she could have them. So
yeah.
But found out that torties and a few other breeds are actually more allergenic, like hypoallergenic, basically.
Huh. All right, so I got to figure out how to get this piece in place here. Oh, she was trying to pass off Scoots to you, I think.
Scoots.
Yeah, that's one of our other ones.
One of the other demons.
Welcome back, Muzza. Yeah. He says he's thinking about a modded RGH, JTAG, Xbox 360. When I do, I will need some help trying to record gameplay footage and ideas you guys have for me. Any ideas you have for me for recording? Like OBS or something? OBS is a good program. Definitely get you something. Definitely get you a good capture card. That's what I'll say. I use Elgato for all my capture services. They're not terrible. All right, what am I doing here that's not right? Okay, I gotta go pointed end up, and then that goes in like that, I guess. Yeah, there we go. And then this goes. All right, this is going to kind of sandwich everything together and keep it from coming apart. There we go.
He said sandwich.
Provolone. All right.
I had breakfast for dinner today. Scrambled eggs and cheese.
Ooh, that sounds good.
With some rye bread toast with cream cheese on it.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
I'm one of those people I could just do breakfast anytime.
I know, Autobot. That was a great looking kit, but that guy was asking a lot for that kit. That's way too high. I'm glad.
Ooh,
it was a silver plated Phoenix.
Unicorn.
It was a silver plated Phoenix. That's a nice kit and it's a rare kit. Scoots is one of our cats. It's one of our mini cats we have. We're cat people.
It's Jen's little pet name for him. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, Chip 3 Pops, what's going on? Big Gamer says that's a great breakfast in his books. Big Gamer, I got to get you on a stream here, dude. We got to get some eyes on your channel. So I'm excited for next week. Next week I'm getting together with Destination Stone for the first time. We're going to go do the Ren Fair. And we're doing it's Time Traveler's Day.
That's going to be wild.
Yes, and I'm excited for it because it's with Time Traveler's Day you can do things like you can do costumes based on different things, and I'm doing you can do more futuristic and sci-fi costumes on that one. I mean, it's not like they have you have to dress in certain ways.
Yeah, Time Travelers, you could do whatever you want, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm doing Star Wars theme since that's a mixture of both, All right. Oh my God, that core fighter is amazing now that I've got all those pieces in, and it rotates, and the crossbones rotate so well.
How badass is that?
The core fighter?
Yeah.
First off, it's about as good as the Master Grade one. That Master Grade one was one of my favorites. The only problem I have with the Master Grade is once you get that core fighter in there, you're never getting it back out. But let's spread out them crossbones a little bit. But that looks just phenomenal. And I love the rotation points on this. But I'll bring that a little closer for everybody to see there. Adopt your own Coldbane today.
Coldbane's Kitties coming soon to the pet store near you.
Blue Sasquatch, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. But Brandon, how are you today? There's your shout out. Autobot. Spaceball themes KBG. That would be an interesting one. I love Spaceballs. I haven't watched it in forever though. All right, now I've got to put the cockpit on. And Dave.
Yes.
The glass on this is tiny.
That's just. I was gonna say something.
You were gonna do it. That's what she said.
Yep.
But I am super excited because, like, I want to eventually get together with everybody that I talk to, including you, Dave. I want to get a chance to meet you in person. Like, everybody that I talk to is always, it's been cool getting to meet people like Sleeping and Space Buns, and those are the only two I've met from this. Dondi I actually knew in person, and that was before I started doing more of the streaming stuff. I was usually doing just like my reviews here and there. I really didn't do much streaming. But like I'm always interested to meeting the people that come in here and make me feel good about what I do. And y'all are everybody in here is just amazing. Oh, my sister must be home because the dogs just love barking. You can hear them when they get excited like that. This is there we go. That's a little painful to put together, but I got it. And now I've got to connect all that together and get that all in place. But yeah, I'm excited to get to meet Destination Stone.
Are you meeting them or their counterparts, the Executioner and the Keeper?
I think I'm actually meeting their Jedi counterparts. Okay. Jedi and possibly medieval. I don't know what Stevie's got planned for a costume.
So if you're dressing up, they're dressing up. Is Jen dressing up?
Yeah, she always dresses up for Ren fairs. She actually got me into them. Like, I had never done a Ren fair till I started dating her.
Is she gonna be Sith or what?
I think she's gonna go with just a traditional Ren fair costume because she doesn't do the whole like Star Wars stuff, and we didn't really plan anything for her like Star Wars.
Is she gonna be like, I don't know these Force people? Or is it all about the snacks for her?
I don't know. This is the best comment of the night, by the way. You'll be highly disappointed when you meet me. I'm really 3 feet tall and my beard's a wig. That's okay. I'm only 2'11". We got a Blue Sleeping. There was more enthusiasm in this one than there was in this one. Tiny, you don't know Tiny 2. You built the RG Crossbone. I built the tiny Crossbone I built. LO, I'm still having nightmares. Dude, I'm having nightmares already with these tiny pieces. And yes, Blue, this is live. This is live?
Oh, we're really dead.
There's always room for you, dude. There is always room for you, big gamer. See, I'm not too familiar with Xbox. I'm not too familiar. I know that there's a lot of cross-platform ability there with both systems. I just don't know too much about the Xbox One and 360.
Modded in what way, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, that would be a good answer there to kind of give us a good question to answer there. All right, let's see here. I got to find number 14. There it is. I'm building the nose cone of this kit. There really are some tiny pieces on this kit, and I should know that because of RGs. But at the same time, I never let that get in my way.
I never.
I never.
Oh my God.
I remember when the movie Clueless came out. Like, my mom was obsessed with Clueless.
Speaking of which, I saw on Instagram, I guess she did a TikTok. Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
Did a TikTok of like a picture of her and Chris O'Donnell from Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And so it goes, looks from that, and like she doesn't look bad for her age.
No, she doesn't. She
considering
really
how many decades ago that was.
Yeah. She has not aged terribly. That is a good thing too. Because like I know some people look really rough when they age. You know, I haven't aged terribly, but I've aged. All right, so let me go ahead and try to squeeze. Pauly Shore looks about the same too, which is kind of weird.
Speaking of age, I watched on YouTube. There's a lot of clips from if you're a Nightmare Before Christmas fan.
Yes,
They did. They just recently did a kind of a revisit concert with Danny Elfman, and they tried to get as many surviving people to make appearances in there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really aged. I mean, but he still looks pretty good for his age. They had one of the original voices of Shock, Lock, and Barrel.
Really?
Is Paul Rubens. And even he looks decent for his age.
Yeah.
But anyone who's a big Nightmare Before Christmas, you definitely want to check that out. Surprisingly, they had some modern, like more current musicians and singers on there.
Yeah.
They didn't have, was it Catherine O'Hara who voiced a few characters?
Yeah.
So instead of they were missing one of the singers for Lock, Shock, and Barrel, they had Weird Al, and he actually killed it.
I love it.
Tremendous. So it's like Paul Rubens and Weird Al and Danny Elfman singing together.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's wild.
That's really cool.
Guess who voiced Sally?
Who?
We're sleeping. Is sleeping in the chat still?
I believe he is. By the way, YT Kevin says the RGHJTAG. That's it. That's how it's modded. I'm not sure what that is exactly.
I'm not sure either. Billie Eilish.
Really?
And she actually did a really great job playing Sally.
Autobot says that Alicia Silverstone might be a vampire like Keanu Reeves and Paul Rudd.
She played... I think she played a vampire once.
Did she?
A movie called, I want to say Vamps. I'm going to double check that right now. I want to say she was in there.
That wouldn't surprise me, though.
With Sigourney Weaver. It's like a vampire comedy.
No, if it's got Sigourney Weaver in it, I'm automatically like ready to watch it.
Yeah, it's Alicia Silverstone and Kristen Ritter, which I also love. It's them two, Sigourney Weaver, Richard Lewis is in it, Malcolm McDowell. I mean, it
sounds like a good cast.
It's a pretty enjoyable comedy about vampires trying to live modern day life.
Yeah.
Like Sigourney Weaver is like their master, if you will. And it's just all kinds of crazy insanity. And of course, it's like it's also a romantic comedy kind of thing, but it's still worth a good laugh.
I'll definitely have to check that out. I've heard of it. It's just I've never seen it.
Yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and get these folded back in because that's really what I should be doing is keeping these folded right now. The core fighter on this is such a weird design. Like I could never imagine that, but I mean I know that Crossbone takes place mostly in space.
Yeah.
Okay, he says RGH stands for Reset Glitch Hack. So the hack is constantly rebooting your 360 every time it boots, which can put extra load onto it and makes it makes the boot up process take longer. JTAG is a perfect hack and boots for the first time every time, provided the console itself is still in working order. Okay, that makes sense.
When the first one, I think it was the first or the second version of the Xbox and Xbox 360s came out.
Yeah.
There was an issue where, like, if you got the red light, supposed the red light of death on there.
Yeah.
My brother was working for like a recycling electronics company once, and they would come across old TVs and Xboxes.
Yeah.
Basically, they had the same issue where you get the red light. He would go inside. He did something with like 1 or 2 copper pennies.
Yeah.
And got it working again. Forgot exactly what he would do, but it was this weird kind of freaky trick, like with the wiring and applying a copper penny to this one component, and it would get it to work again.
That's wild. That is wild. By the way, America's Most Wanted, welcome to the stream. Got the champ here.
The champ is here.
CB Hunt's Twitch. If y'all haven't checked that out, go check out CB Hunt's Twitch.
So, Colbin, I'm sure America's Most Wanted wants to know this. Who do you have in that battle?
Between him and Salacious?
Him and Salacious. I mean,
That's a tough choice.
has the numbers, but
AMW has some awesome dance moves, so
yes, he does, and he's got the unpredictability.
he does. He does, and usually unpredictability wins them matches anymore. That's a tough choice, man, because both of them are really like two of my favorite people, so it's hard for me to choose. But I will say I'm thinking AMW might pull off the upset.
Well, I know who the real winners are going to be. That's us.
Exactly. Because I'm going to tell you right now, watching both of them have the energy for it. Both of them have, like, you got to watch out for monkey lizards because they tend to fight in packs. So we might see, like, Randy Pinkbits jump out and start, like, just staring at AMW. Which will distract him long enough for Salacious to pull out a chair or something.
Well, as long as Bob doesn't join in, I mean, that'll just be unfair.
Well, if you've ever heard Salacious describe Bob, I don't think there's much of a chance there. All right, so I'm building the Destination Stone. We got to find you a monkey lizard, dude. We got to find you a monkey lizard. We also got to find you a Kshatriya. Dude, I can't believe I snagged one of those kits. They are so rare anymore. And I actually found it in in the store that Nathan Bowden has brought up so many times, Toy Arena. I went on their website just to go look because I'd bought something from them off of eBay.
Yeah.
I was like, well, if they got an eBay, they've obviously got a store, and I'd rather just go through the store itself rather than a middleman.
Yeah, I was looking at their site yesterday.
They've got some amazing stuff on their store. I love it when a Gunpla store actually carries enough kits now. My little local store that I went to in part of my haul,
yeah,
has been, I think they've been decimated a little bit. It didn't seem like they had a whole lot of stuff to choose from in there.
Do you think that could be from the shipping shortages?
I think so. In all honesty, I do think that shipping shortage has made a nightmare for this. The smaller the store, the harder it is, especially with having
it's coming from Japan or
if you're a Bandai wholesaler, because that's what this store is. They're actually affiliate. The store I went to is actually an affiliate with Bandai, and I went in there and it was like they had that heavy metal Elgime kit, and that was it. That was all I really saw there that I wanted. Everything else was like Will got that full burner or the full burner Gundam, which is part of the GPO series. Don't underestimate average Bob.
What about Bob?
I love this.
You gotta put it on upside down.
AM Dub's got some surprises for y'all. I can't wait. Get it, Sleeping. Those Digimon kits I've heard are really good. Okay, Jen, just because I peed in the tub one time does not make me worth giving away.
TMI.
I had to go and the cat was sitting on the toilet. I was like, get off the toilet. Kept jiggling the lid. The cat just sat there and stared at me. I was like, I can't do this anymore. But I've already got the core fighter done, ladies and gentlemen. Within an hour's time, it took me an hour to build this. I'm gonna enlarge myself a little bit there, just so everybody can see there. I know that was also wildly inappropriate, but there's the core fighter. I love the posability of this core fighter, by the way. Like, that part right there frustrated me a lot getting it in, but once you got like the enclosement here, it's not so bad.
Yeah, that's the back part that you pointed at first. That's the one that I had trouble with.
Yeah. You had to glue it a little.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see how this poses and how you put this together for the to put the core fighter in the chest.
You poser.
let's get our windows back. There we go.
I'm almost done with my leg.
That was random. The detailing is really good on this, and they give me a ton of stickers to play with for detailing. I do not like stickers that much, but I will be using those stickers because I know I will need them. Now, guess what I'm building? I'm actually building the legs now, so this is going to be a lot of fun. And it looks like you actually build the whole. So we're starting off with the foot. So I need both of my F runners here. Looks like that's all I'm gonna need right now until we get to like step 2 or the second part of step 1 for step 2.
Step 2.5.
Yeah, the numbering on this is so much fun. It's like, by the way, this is the part you will be doing now, and you will do this well or you will fail. F2, F6,
F what?
F2.
There you
go. I caught what you were doing as soon as I was like F2. I was like, I gotcha. And F17. And I need to cut these out twice. There's a lot of two times on the steps here. I'm a little interested in that Heavy Metal L Gaim kit. I've seen them advertised a lot on like the stores I use. It's such a neat looking kit. All right, now I need to do the same here. So let's see.
Yeah, you said you're into Celtic festivals and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going to the Highland Games this weekend.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was going to say I was looking at something because my wife loves going to the Celtic Fest here.
Yeah,
and I was trying to because there's a thing where you can go to a website, you can actually purchase like 1 square foot of land and technically get the deed, like your
the lady or lord,
or lady.
Yeah, the laird or lady.
That is not cheap.
No, it's not. And
I looked at it and I'm like, nope, forget about that. I'll find her something else.
It's a gimmick. It really is. The only thing that actually does is just you don't really get like a legal title for it. It's more like just, okay, this is a cheap thing to kind of, it's a conservation thing is what it is.
Yeah. I get really plant a tree and all that stuff. But like she loves the show Outlander.
Yeah.
And she's always like Scottish stuff. I mean, and she comes from a Polish family. She married an Irishman, so
yeah. I will say that if y'all are ever interested in go to a Highland game sometime. They're a lot of fun.
Well, the one we have up here, Niagara Celtic Festival, they do hold Highland games. They just moved to a different Lockport Fairgrounds up here. And, they have larger, more wide open spaces, but we would always go for like all the different games that they would do there and stuff. So,
yeah.
Oh, it's a blast.
Oh, it is. I'm going to tell you right now, like we're going this weekend for the first time in like a while. We haven't been in forever. And that's not going on. Why is that not going on? Oh, actually, I think it is on.
Okay, we have a lake. I love the green crystal lens right there in the leg.
Oh, I know. That's one of the things about the Exia I like. Now, Autobot, this is the same kit I think that you're building. Or this is the one that you built. This is the same one I'm building. Is the one that you built. There, that's what I was trying to say. But something doesn't feel right with this kit, and I think I see why. I got to try to get that part that I just put on. I got to try to get it off there because it's not.
I got to go back plenty of times.
Yeah, once you look at the instructions, you're like, oh, that makes sense, and then you go to do it, and you're like, that's not how it's supposed to go. Let me see here. I'm going to try the other way because I don't know. It doesn't feel like either way is correct. No, it doesn't matter. I'm looking at it now. Both are about the same. All right, I'm going to try just to leave it like that real quick and see because it isn't really... I don't think it makes a difference there. I mean, it may. But we'll find out here in a second. Oh, it does. There we go. Got that in place. I just got to kind of force it down. There. I felt it go that time. Still got to go a little more. Ah, that hurts the fingers. I mean, I'm literally over here like bruising myself. That reminded me of Austin Powers 2 for a moment. But it's okay. What is sleeping? Oh, the Digimon kit. MG Death Scythe is going to be a great build for you. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm loving the MGs. Yeah, it's kind of like owning a star, Jen.
No joke. I used to watch Digimon when it first came out here in the States. When the cartoon first came out, I used to watch it. I actually liked it.
Yeah, it was a good series. All right, I got to see what I'm doing wrong here. There we go. I think I got everything in place now. Okay, yeah, that works now. I see what I had to do. Ooh, I had a little blink there. I hope I didn't. No, it didn't. Doesn't look like I lost anything. Yeah, I will. I've noticed I'll be needing those tweezers a lot. Big Gamer says, "Oh, for all the Dark Souls and Bloodborne fans here, if you haven't seen the gameplay trailer, 20-minute gameplay footage, you should really check that out, like right after this stream." All right, Sweet Gaming, have a good night, man. Thank you for coming in. This is the 50th anniversary of the games, Jen. Yes, it's Skyrim Souls.
I'm old school. I go all the way back to Wolfenstein 3D, the original.
Yes.
I'm that old.
I used to love playing Wolfenstein on an old DOS computer that my dad had. Like he brought home a DOS computer, it was a DOS computer. It was like the best computer we ever played games on.
In high school, we had this Mac computer in the library. That's how poor my school was. We didn't have a computer lab.
Yeah.
We had a Mac computer in the library. That was it.
That was sometimes the best thing though. Like our computer, the computer lab that we had was actually in the library as well at my school. Like they eventually put a computer lab in there.
Yeah, but the problem was nobody at my school really knew computers except for me and maybe one other person.
Yeah.
So anytime someone needed something looked up, they pretty much
came to y'all.
Can you do this? Like when Biggie died?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, all the study halls I had, I was in the library, and people were like, "Hey, they wanted pictures of Biggie, they wanted pictures of Tupac." So
yeah,
it's like I knew all the websites to find it, so that's what I was doing, looking it up. But when it wasn't being used, I was playing Wolfenstein on that bad boy.
Oh, I used to, like I said, Wolfenstein was my jam, man.
Wolfenstein, Dark Forces 1 and 2 for the Star Wars games.
Yeah. I had to find F-16 on here. I was like, wait a minute, where's F-16? And I remember when Windows got it's really the really good first flight simulator, you know. That was my jam back in the day. I used to play that on what was it, Windows 98, 95, somewhere around there.
I want to say that was. I want to say 98 was the good one.
Let's see. I'm looking at the comments here. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Dave. The OG games were always a hit. And Autobot says, "Sleeping, which Digimon kit are you looking at?" I almost bought the Wargreymon. I've got that Wargreymon. It's a really good kit. Destination Stone says, they're out and about. I found the first time I got mine when I got mine, I got it off of Amazon. Which I'm kind of hesitant to buy kits off of Amazon anymore after my Q-Blade came in the shape it did.
my targets and my even Hobby Lobbies, the only thing outside of Gundam, like as far as anime that they'll have, is the Hero Academia.
Yeah, and DBZ.
And DBZ. I've been thinking about the DBZ though.
So some of those DBZ kits are nice. Now a lot of them are the ones I got are entry grade because I don't want to dive all my time. I don't want to put all my time into an entry grade. Anything higher than an entry grade for non Gundam stuff. I don't know. That's just me. I'm very peculiar. What is this? Okay, I gotta see. Okay, there is a little extra thing that they don't show there. So I've got to see here. I got to line this up onto this spot here. Pointy end like so. I'm actually building the foot, and this is a nice foot on this. I like this. But yeah, I mean that War Greymon kit's really good. Destination Stone says he remembers playing Oregon Trail on a floppy disk.
Do you Destination Stone, do you remember did you ever have to upgrade your computer with like 95 and 98 and how many floppies you had to use? That was no joke. You'd have at least probably between 25, maybe 30 some odd floppy disks. The 3 1/4 inch, not the 5 and the 3 1/2, not the 5 1/4.
Ooh.
Install an operating system, not fun.
YT Kevin also wants to know which one's better, wireless or a wired controller. I would say if you're going to be doing long streams, it doesn't really matter because you can always I know with the PlayStation I can plug and play, so like I can just plug it into a charger and it'll keep going. Like if I wanted to like play as I go. Oh my god, that's not lining up, and I don't like the way that's bending. But it's entirely up to like how close you want to sit to your console as well. Oh my god,
I would say, if you have if it's easier for you to charge your controller all the time, then I might say lean towards the wireless, especially if you don't have to worry about if you're going to sit back pretty far.
Yeah.
And heaven forbid, like you pull your controller up and it gets caught on something,
Yeah.
But I'm always the kind of person where like I always think of like, okay, I don't have to worry about batteries. Everything's connected. I'm not going to have to worry about latency response for the most part.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a flip of a coin. Depends on personal preference. At least that's what I would say.
Jen is excited because Albanaka is going to be at the Highland Games this year. Albanaka is a pretty good, like, I would say tribal Celtic pipe and drum group. They're really fun to watch. And they're based out of Scotland, so they're coming here. That's really cool.
By the way, I don't know if Nim will appreciate this. My wife's favorite snack whenever we go to the Celtic Fest.
Yeah. Welsh
cookies. Always got to get the Welsh cookies.
Ooh, I've never had the Welsh cookies.
Really?
Yeah. And that says something for me there because I always, anytime I hear something like Welsh or Scottish or Irish, I'm always down to try it.
We actually found that the place that always goes to Celtic Fest is actually a year-round store.
Huh.
And website. So now she can go and pick up the cookies anytime she wants because they do like a blueberry, they do like a citrus orange flavor one, but they also do bacon.
Nice.
You just can't let them sit for long.
Yeah. Because they get hard.
Well, no, they can go bad.
Oh, okay.
Like if you let them go for several days, even if you put them in the fridge, they're good for a couple days. But if you let go like a week and a half, 2 weeks, they'll go bad.
Yeah, and that's a good homemade cookie. Then if it goes bad after like a couple of days, I like that. See, I love homemade stuff. I don't like when I go to these things. I like actual made things, not like prepackaged stuff. Like I like the Walker's Scottish cookies. Scottish shortbreads.
Okay.
Those are really good.
I think I've seen that before. Walkers.
You can actually find them in most grocery stores now. They're pretty common.
Speaking of Scottish and Celtic,
Yeah.
I found very good news this week. I'm sure you've heard of this movie. We are getting a third Boondock Saints.
Yes, I love the Boondock Saints.
I can't wait to see what happens.
I can't either.
Especially how the second one ended.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's like, what the hell are they talking about? Well, watch the Boondock Saints. It's on all streaming services out there.
The Boondock Saints is such a great series.
And
it's one of the ones where Norman Reedus really got his kind of big start.
I mean, it's kind of a cult, kind of, low budget for the most part,
Yeah. Rocco and that scene with the cat. I hated that cat.
Especially when he's talking to his girlfriend. Was it his girlfriend or her friend Brandy?
Yeah.
The fucking cat's name.
Yeah, she was a tweaker as well. It was such a good movie for its time,
Hell, I still watch it every now and again.
Yeah. Like, I remember the first time, like, I really got to sit down and watch it with Jen was when I actually watched it with her mom as well. And that blew my mind that my mother-in-law wanted to watch it. And that was... See, I love the city of Boston. And so when my mother-in-law was watching it, she was like, oh, yeah, I know where that's at. We'll have to go sometime. And I've only been to Boston twice, but I love it. It's like one of my favorite big cities to go to. And it's just because there's a whole lot of like Irish heritage stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently there's a lot of people with my same last name that live there. Which is wild because I mean my ancestry is more Scottish than Irish, but there is a heavy Irish influence on my last name.
Well, you've seen my last name.
Yeah, that's a very Irish name.
That's very Irish.
Yeah, you can't deny your Irish roots there with that. All right, let's see here. I've got
Irish, Polish. What can I say? Get drunk on root beer.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say, we're talking about Boondock Saints.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm also looking at the chat here. Autobot says that the Transformer kits are really nice, but from Hobby Lobby, when you have the 40% off, the last one cost them like $30. Yeah, they are pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're a bit pricey. I mean, I think they look pretty. I think they look nice, but I'm just like how like Optimus kind of looks. He doesn't look proportionally right. I guess is just what kind of throws me off a little bit.
Big Gamer wanted to know if Autobot had come across the Ultra Magnus kit. I hadn't seen that one yet. That is a super rare kit.
I would be interested in knowing more about this kit.
Yeah.
Ultra Magnus, you say?
There's a second Boondock Saints. It's good. It's not as good as the first one, in my opinion, but it's still good.
There's some pretty good lines in there.
Yes.
There is a, I guess you can call him like a secondary character who's a Hispanic, and there's a lot of Hispanic jokes there, so please be forewarned.
Yeah, and I love the fact, like I said, I love the fact that it was kind of Norman Reedus's claim to fame was that series.
I mean, he played like really big parts, like in Blade 2, he was Scud.
Yeah.
And, he really didn't have anything, and then, he did that. And, oh, by the way, Sean Patrick Flannery is actually finishing up filming The Boys this season, so he'll be on there this year.
Nice. Oh, I heard Jen just start yelling at one of the dogs. They must have did something they weren't supposed to. Our German Shepherd has a habit of not warning you if she's got to go to the bathroom. And I think she may have just wet the floor. She's old, though. She's getting close to like 13 years old.
Really?
No. The dog is old. I don't want to say Jen's old.
Well, you just did.
Yeah.
You know what always cracked me up about the Boondock Saints?
What's that?
The old guy who was the bartender?
Yeah.
That's the old guy from Fraggle Rock.
Is it?
Look it up.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
That always blew my mind because he's got Tourette's and he's just cursing left to right.
Yep, I heard Jen just now. That sounds exactly about what just happened. So it's only 9 o'clock though. That's weird. Well, I took her at like 5. I mean, she should have been good, but then again, she drinks a ton of water now. Let's see. Autobot Trash Talker says, "Okay, gotcha. If there's a Transformer kit I'd purchase, it would be that. I'll see if I can find that kit now and bookmark it." The Drift and Megatron, but Drift is expensive. Autobot says he paid $90 for him. I want to get me one of the Transformer kits. They look really nice. But I never really grew up as a Transformers guy. Like, I had one Transformers toy that I got from my great uncle. Like, he'd got it for I think he'd got it for his grandkids, and they really weren't like interested in it because they were more outdoorsy. So he kept it around his house, and then when I came over one day, he saw me play. They had broke out the toys for us to play with, me and my sister and a couple other cousins, and he saw me playing with it. He was like, "It's yours if you want it." I was like, "Really?" I can't remember. It was like I want to say it might have been a star. It might have been a Starscream. But I remember it was metal. Like it wasn't plastic.
A lot of the Transformers back in the 80s were pretty much die-cast in plastic for the most part.
Yeah, it was mostly die-cast, and it was really nice. It was a dark blue one.
Okay, I found a link to a new type Ultra Magnus. I just sent it to your Instagram.
Ooh, nice.
It looks more like Ultra Magnus IDW style without the armor.
Nice. By the way, we've already had 17 likes and 60 playbacks. That's actually really good for like a Thursday night stream, especially with everybody else streaming on Thursday nights. I know what the pop is live right now, and I'm hoping that once my schedule goes back to a normal schedule, I can put my Gunpla Hangars on Wednesdays.
Yeah, speaking of what the pop, my wife a couple days ago, she went to 5 different 7-Elevens because they're supposed to be coming out with a 7-Eleven exclusive Stay Mini Puffs.
Yeah,
Funko Pop. And that's my wife's big obsession. She loves the Stay Puff. She loves Stay Puff and she loves the Mini Puffs.
Oh, that's nice. It's cool that she's into that stuff too, man.
Well, with our group, like everyone wears a Proton Pack. Even though I made her one, she doesn't wear it. But she carries around either this Spirit Halloween Stay Puff or a plush Stay Puff that we got at Walmart.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, no, this is my pack."
I love it.
Of course, a bunch of kids, they see the Stay Puff, so she gets a lot of the attention,
Yeah. All right, I got to slide this into place. There we go. That's in place. And now I've got to connect all of these pieces together. Let's see. The funny story. The reason Big Gamer loves Transformers is because his granddad had really bad knees back in the day. When he walked up and downstairs, we used to make transforming noises for his knees. It had him laughing a lot. Been rocking with Transformers heavily ever since. Dino says, "Wait, Among Us?" No, I haven't done Among Us in a while, but that's something I've been wanting to get back and play in it a little more.
I've heard about that game. Is that the one where you have to figure out like
who
or something?
Who's your killer? It's a really fun game. It's like I enjoyed playing it. I haven't played it in forever though. Dinos, welcome to the stream. Let's see, I need F3. Try to see if I can at least get the legs done tonight. So I think this is a kit where you build the frame and then you put the armor on it at the same time versus like some of the older kits or some of the newer kits where you build the frame and then build the armor. Like I've had two kits that were frame build and two kits that were. I've had one kit that was a frame build and one kit that was a. I'm trying to think of how I wanted to word that. I couldn't think, but one that's a frame build, one that's like a just standard build, where you build the kit while building the frame. A30. Okay, I need one of these. Oh, these are tiny little connector joints. So what I do is I take A30, hold it like that, hook and loop. Autobot says you should check out the drift kit. Kevin says when the imposter is sus. Big Gamer says, okay, thanks, Autobot. I knew the name sounded familiar. That's a really dope transformer. All right, so let's see what I got to do here. I've got to turn that this way, and then that's going to connect in like so.
Well, since we're talking Transformers, what's everyone's favorite Transformer?
I never really got into them much, so I don't have a favorite. I will say I do like Grimlock, just because he's a big oaf.
Except that one episode, he was a genius.
I like Grimlock and I like Starscream. Starscream's my favorite Decepticon.
You mean Cobra Commander?
Yeah.
Little known fact: Cobra Commander actually appears in an episode of Transformers.
Really?
It was the later season when they had when Optimus was dead and they had Rodimus Prime.
Yes.
There is an episode where this scientist does this thing where they want to basically steal the Transformer bodies, and they thought they were disposing of their essence, but their essence actually manifested into humans.
Huh.
So you had Ultra Magnus, RC, and Rodimus in human form trying to reclaim the robot bodies, and they eventually do. But then the end of the episode, the person who was basically paying these thieves to steal the bodies, was actually Cobra Commander.
That's crazy.
Because you don't really see him. You see like he's wearing a big trench coat. He's got his shiny metal mask.
Yeah.
Turn away, coughing and hacking, but then you hear Cobra.
When you said shiny metal mask, it made me think of Bender. Shiny metal.
My shiny metal. Yeah. Bender's awesome.
Oswald or Mickey? I'm a big Oswald Rabbit guy. I love Oswald the Rabbit.
What are we talking about now? Disney stuff?
Yeah, Dinos ask about Oswald or Mickey. Ultra Magnus, Cliff Jumper, and Ironhide hands down. Jen says she's back.
Optimus is always going to be my one of my favorites. I mean, it's Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And Peter Cullen's got that. I mean, Optimus Prime was basically John Wayne as a Transformer. Let's be honest. He actually said that that's pretty much what he based a lot of, Prime's mannerisms and.
Really? That's really cool. Like I never knew that.
And of course, Frank Welker, who did just about every voice in every cartoon show out there.
Yeah.
He was Megatron. He was Soundwave. He was just so many others. Peter Cullen, who did Optimus, he was actually the voice of Ironhide as well.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of them did like 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 different voices all the time.
Yeah.
And of course, Frank Welker is also Fred from Scooby-Doo. He was Ray Stantz from Ghostbusters. I mean, the guy was probably one of the hardest working voices in animation from our childhood.
That's really wild, man. It blows my mind just how much knowledge you have on like that on all of that, man. It's just it blows my mind. And I definitely, if we ever have to do a trivia night, I definitely want you on my team. Because I remember the last time we had trivia against each other, you ended up running the gambit on me for a while.
I'm still waiting to see what happens with Joker's trivia. We never.
It never got finished?
No, it was down to like there were 6 of us, and then someone had to bow out, and he was going to do a like a elimination chamber style thing, but it didn't happen yet because I know he's got family stuff going on. His wife's working, so life doesn't take a break. So
no, it doesn't. It definitely doesn't. That's for sure.
Man, take all the time you need. I'm not going anywhere.
I don't think any of us are going anywhere for a while. All right. Let's see. Autobot says he likes Hot Rod, and then for the Decepticons he likes Astro Trains. G-Force likes Constructicons.
My wife, she when we got together, she told me one of her favorite Transformers because she had it as a toy was Skywarp. And then I had to break it to her that was actually a bad guy. She was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, you got a thing for the bad guys. I don't know what to tell you."
Sleeping, you're right. It would be nice if life gave us breaks. It's all Hot Rod's fault. That's what Autobot said.
Yeah, Hot Rod was a very cool Transformer form, but yeah, let's face it, Prime died because of him.
Dinos, I gotta say, your question here, why not both? Cat dog? Cat dog. Taking it back to the 90s, everybody. Did you ever watch that, Dave?
Cat Dog, yeah. Nickelodeon, yeah.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon had some really awesome and real freaky cartoons back then.
Yes.
Like Real Monsters.
I loved All Real Monsters. Who was your favorite monster in that group?
I gotta say, the one I probably liked the most was the one that I thought was the freakiest was the guy that had eyes in his hands.
Oh, Crumb.
Crumb.
I always liked Ickis. Ickis was one of my favorites. But I also like the teacher / principal.
The guy who voiced Ickis, he also voiced a lot of different
yes.
A lot of different characters in different cartoons too.
He's been all over when it comes down to like our childhoods.
It's funny, speaking of Nickelodeon, my brother not this past year, but the year before, or no, 2 years ago, him and his fiance, they dressed up. Forgot what she dressed up as, but he dressed up as Quail Man.
Quail Man?
Doug Funny.
Yeah, yeah.
So he got the right sweater, shirt. He somehow rigged up the belt so it would go up his head, just like it did in the cartoon. He nailed it perfectly.
Let's see. Big Gamer says facts. They're in there talking about the IDW Hot Rod.
I gotta look that one up.
Yeah, apparently that's the model kit that just came out. Now, enlighten me, Dave. What is IDW?
That is IDW Comics.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Way back when Transformers first came out, they were actually licensed to Marvel. And IDW also did licensing for Ghostbusters comics, where they actually explored all the different universes, including the Answer to Call, the real Ghostbusters, the movie Ghostbusters. Like literally, how we have the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the multiverse of everything. They kind of did that with Ghostbusters as well.
That's really cool.
So yeah, IDW is pretty big when it comes to that. So that's what when you see the Transformer model kits, they're in that kind of scope, that kind of like more anime, like everything's bent, like it doesn't look proportional.
Yeah.
Hot Rod.
That's really cool though. You guys teach me so much about like things that I should probably know.
I only maintain useless information.
That's the best kind of information.
Actually, I found him on Toy Arena for $39.
That's really cool, Dinos. He's got a cat named Ginger. It's an orange tabby. Orange tabbies are adorable. It's going to be cold and rainy Saturday. That's okay. Welcome back, Will.
I sent you a link for Hot Rod too, so you can check him out. He definitely looks way different than his cartoon persona.
Checking that out now. Oh, that looks real. Those look really good. That Ultra Magnus looks beast.
Yeah. I mean, even in the cartoon, if you like, I got the Studio 86 series of Transformers. Yeah. If you take all the armor off Ultra Magnus, he's basically albino Optimus.
That does not look bad. That Ultra Magnus kit does not look bad at all. That hot rod looks pretty cool too. I like the way that looks. And $40 isn't bad. That's not bad at all.
No, and if if that somehow finds its way to Hobby Lobby, like if it's still $39 and plus the 40 off, that's a no-brainer.
That Shattered Glass Drift looks really cool. I don't know if you saw that. Here, I'll pull it up and put it on my camera here. Get this chat bubble out of the way there.
Okay.
That looks really nice. I like the way that looks.
It would be cool if they did. So I'm looking at the the Megatron, which is actually sold out.
Yeah.
But it would be cool if they did the other, because in the IDW comics they actually explored Megatron's redemption, where he actually became an Autobot. So that'll probably flip your mind a little bit.
Jen says, oh, she's talking about the Highland games. It's going to be raining. It's going to be cold and rainy Saturday with no refunds. It's a rain or shine event. Yeah, I know. We've been to it when it rains. It'll be okay. We'll just pack some ponchos. And I'll wear my good kilt. My sport kilt.
I don't even want to know what a sport kilt is.
It's actually a company. They make really comfortable kilts for not terrible prices. And they're made for sporting events. So like you can go out and wear them to do like if say you were a contestant, they're made of a good material that won't stain and get dirty. I think I paid like $100 and something bucks for mine, but I've got like two of them. I got one for my wedding and one for a friend's wedding. The friend required that the kilts be a little more authentic, so I got the sport kilt without the flash on it, which is just the fancy name for flash is just it's the logo for the company. But it wasn't a bad kit. It wasn't a bad kilt. Like, it's comfortable. I probably need to look at getting a new one here soon with my family colors. Because I got a generic one to match my wedding colors, because our colors were blue and purple. So I wanted to get something with some blues and greens and stuff in it, just to kind of go along with my kilt.
See, my wife was really great. We had like our theme was pretty much blue.
Yeah.
Like the groomsmen, we did like it was like a tan or khaki with a blue.
Yeah.
And all her bridesmaids were blue, because she kind of gave into my Doctor Who obsession. TARDIS blue.
Yeah.
I mean, that was even our cake topper was bride and groom, and it was the one where the bride is dragging the groom away.
Yeah.
But the groom is being dragged away from a TARDIS.
I like that. That's really cool.
Okay, I think it just lost a little piece.
No. Tiny piece losses are never fun. Let me get back to dual screen there.
Yeah, it's basically the little piece that goes right here. The small little protruding piece.
Oh, no.
Now gone walkabout.
Dino says Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron was a good series. Yeah, they usually fall right there into the booklet. And Big Gamer says, William H. Grimsley, yo, I definitely want to mention this again because I feel like I feel like the Jehovah Witness of Souls games. If you haven't seen the 20-minute Elden Ring trailer, check it out when you can. That game looks wild. So the one thing I don't like about this kit is the shape of the runners. Because if you have a runner stand, this isn't going to sit in a runner stand. There's just no way to keep it sitting comfortably in a runner stand. It's just going to keep falling. Because it's very top heavy. And it's very unbalanced. And the moment you bump into something, it's just not going to stand in it.
Well, then don't bump into something.
It's kind of hard when you've got very limited space.
So I got these freaky little translucent little pieces I kind of have to put in a few different spots.
Ooh, what are those? I've never seen those before.
Like I got one in this right here. Like it's supposed to make it look like a lens or a window.
That's
or something.
crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can get other pieces in here, but I might just give up on that.
That is really crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
Because that's it without it in there.
Yeah.
I'll do a little comparison.
Here, I'm going to make your screen a little bigger so we can get a better view of that. That is crazy, and I like the way that looks, though.
Yeah.
I do like that translucence. You know what? I think we'll go ahead and... I don't think that's... Does that... Yeah, that kind of smushed up everything a little too much. Putting it, you know... close in that close-up view. All right, so I've got to get all this together here, but I got to figure out how these go together. Oh, it might help if I put it in the right spot. I really do like the way these kits come together too. This isn't terrible. Like aside from that core fighter giving me a little trouble earlier on in the build, this is a really nice kit.
I mean, I think that core fighter is probably the worst part.
It is. I've heard that the face can be a little bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Like I've been forewarned about the face.
Not the face. Sorry.
Yeah, not the face.
Yeah, the Prime doesn't look too bad because they priced it for $39.99 on New Type.
Yeah, New Type has got some great deals. They're like my go-to when it comes down to buying kits online. I do like them, and I like Gundam Pros. I'm honestly thinking about doing a video talking about my favorite stores to use.
See, I was saying how I don't really care for his more anime, kind of Japanese anime type style, but I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
I might just have to grab him.
Another thing I'm not too fond about with this kit, and that's the only complaint I've got on, some of the only complaints I've got are just the way that core fighter came together.
Yeah.
Is the undergate on this. So you know that the gate is pretty much just that, like that, the plastic that hangs off of the runner that holds the part together. So the undergate on this is a little.
You gotta do a little bit of snipping in there, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
But I do like this. When bending that leg, that knee moves. I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that I'm actually building the frame inside of the armor as well. Like I like the framed kits, but this is really cool. Oh, nice. Getting to do something I got to do on my last one. Like I'm not going to complain. This is a great kit, and it's a beauty. I love it. I love the simplicity behind it. I love the design of it. And I also like this right here that I'm about to put on. The blade handles that go into the leg.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. That you got your weapons are exhausted. You can just pull it right out of the leg.
Yeah, and it looks like it's actually a part of the leg, And it says, "Do not cut those little sections on the end there." I guess that's so you can get it out easy. D32, D35, and F5. That's gonna be fun.
Tornado.
Every time I hear the word tornado, all I think of is Bill Paxton.
Always will.
Let's see. Big Gamer says, "Cold. I know you said Bloodborne had you pressed, LO, but you can harness that frustration and take it out on each enemy you see in the game. You will succeed." Big Gamer likes that material the material used for the frame on that Exia. He said it deserves that majestic look. They have a G1 Optimus kit and a G1 Nemesis kit.
Ooh. You know who Nemesis Prime is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at the G1 Transformer Optimus, and they actually show what looks like the Matrix inside his chest. So you can actually open up his chest too.
Really?
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Big Gamer says, "What if what they need is a life-size Metroplex kit? Well, a 148 sized kit.
That'll take you a while.
Definitely." All right. So let's see here. I need
Drift
cut
does
up.
look pretty badass.
There are some amazing things out there, guys, and y'all are opening my eyes so much to what's out there.
Thundercracker looks pretty good. If they had a Skywarp, I'd build it for the wife.
I foresee more of those kits coming just because of how popular that series is.
Well, I mean, there's so many, even if you get the G1 fans into it, I mean, you're talking Ironhide, Ratchet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just, Blaster, I think, would be a very cool one. Soundwave is pretty much a no-brainer. Or even some of the more anime curvy style Transformers like Hot Rod, Galvatron.
Yeah.
Even Cup, Wheelie, Blurred. There's a whole bunch in there.
All right, I gotta get these off of the runner first, and then it didn't hit the ground. I know it didn't hit the ground. Did I catch it? I caught it with my pants, and then it fell. I actually caught it with my pants leg. That is really funny. I normally don't have that good of a luck. All right, I got to see how to cut this so I don't ruin the peg there. Let me get that off of the arm of that chair before I rip my headset off. There we go. All right. I need
to wear a headset when you do yours?
Yeah.
How does my sound sound okay?
Yeah, your sound sounds pretty good. What I'm using is my snowball mic.
Yeah.
But I have an earpiece that I wear so I can hear you talk. That way it doesn't bleed through we don't get a continuous echo.
Because I just have mine. I have a speaker. Yes. I don't know if that's picking up anything.
I hear a little bit of a repeat, but it's not terrible. Yeah. It's nothing to make a difference,
Yeah, I got my snowball here, and I have my little speaker in the corner.
It blows my mind how many use the snowball mic now.
But one thing I always I tried doing a few live streams where it took me a while to try and figure out how to do two cameras at once. Really? Like if I have my camera facing me and then I have a second camera doing overhead, if I'm doing a live, because I'm using StreamYard.
Jen says she doesn't hear anything except Dave. Dave, can you...
Well, I can hear you, but you came in a little distorted, a little reverberated, if you will.
I had an internet blip there just a second ago. I don't know what's going on.
Why? A little bit of latency.
Okay. Something must be going on. Something must be going on with the wire. I think my Cat 6 has had it. Okay, Jen says she hears me too. Okay, that.
I thought she always heard you.
Yeah.
Whether she admits it or not. Okay, you just blipped again. And I
Oh,
think, okay, I was going to say, you look like you were frozen for a second.
all right. I got something going on here real quick. I gotta check my internet because it's
Okay.
kicking me off of the wire. So I don't know whether something's pulled on my Cat 6 and pulled out of the computer. Let me check.
Go ahead. This stream is brought to you by the people at Colbane Games. Apparently, Jen thought it was her. It wasn't.
Yeah, my cable's fine. So I don't know. I think it was just
Do you have any bad weather in the area?
no, not really.
Think of anything like that?
No, nothing like that. It's just I've got a it keeps flipping between wireless and wired. I don't know what's going on there.
It keeps jumping between the two. You should be able to disable the Wi-Fi and just rely on the Ethernet.
Yeah, let me see what's going on there.
On Windows 10 or have you upgraded to 11?
I'm still on 10. It's just
okay. So that's not it. Okay.
It keeps trying to identify the internet.
Yeah, because on most computers, I mean, I'm using Wi-Fi on my desktop, but I'm like only 8 feet away from my router, so I'm not that far. But I mean, you should be able to disable your Wi-Fi in your Windows settings and just rely on your Ethernet connection, because the way the computer is designed, if your Ethernet goes out, it's going to default on whatever wireless reception you have nearby. But if you have your Wi-Fi turned off, it shouldn't be doing that. It should just be relying on the wire.
I might have to switch over to Wi-Fi. I think I've got an issue with my Ethernet port.
Either that or your cord. How old would you say? How old your cord is?
I ran it like 2 years ago, so it's probably kinked up somewhere. That's what's been going on. So that explains why it was blipping there.
Now, this is what I actually have in a few spots in my house. This is a flat Ethernet cable.
Yeah, that's the exact same one I'm running.
Okay. Because I know, like, cats love to tug on anything that seems loose.
Yeah.
3M strips, and they come with these little brackets, and I just keep it flush against the wall. They don't see anything loose, they won't pull on it.
See, that's the thing is mine was hung up like that, and then the router fell and pulled all of those loose. Yeah, because the cats thought it was a nice little play toy.
The cats love the Cat's 5.
Yeah, mine's a Cat 6.
Aren't we fancy?
Yeah, very. I actually have a monocle and a top hat. I don't ever wear them because I can't find them anymore. They're in Figgy Mountain right now.
Okay, Mr. Monopoly.
When we upgraded to fiber optic, I decided to run Cat 6 throughout the house.
Do you kids hear that? He has fiber optic.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. It is so weird. Like we were the first area in our community to get fiber optic, and I was like, what is going on?
Do you have that company that begins with the letter V?
No. We have something local.
Okay.
Yeah, we're very rural. Like there's no outside sources that come to our area.
Well, like in the city of Buffalo, they had FiOS come, and my one brother was like, "Yeah, I got FiOS." I'm like, "Well, that's nice. That's nice for you." I mean, I work for a certain company, and I happen to get my stuff, so I'm like, "You're paying for yours." I'm like, I can complain all I want, but
yours is free.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting what I'm paying for, so.
This is okay. I gotta fix something here. I went to put the foot piece on here, the ankle piece.
Yes, sir.
like the ankle armor, and it came completely loose. I don't think it was in all the way.
Yeah, I was trying to get that other lens in for this part, and it just won't fit in, but I got the smaller one in perfectly. So it's, oh well. It's a nice little novelty if you can get it in there.
All right, whatever that blinking was. Oh, never mind. I was about to say it stopped, but it just went back to Wi-Fi again. I don't know what's going on there. I think either I probably need to restart the computer.
Now, if you go into your network settings, usually on Windows 10, you can go by your clock setting where you have your network icon. You should be able to pull up your Wi-Fi and just click it off, or is it just going back on its own? Hello?
Hey, Dave, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Apparently, I think my wire might be going bad.
Oh.
Yeah, because I turned off the Wi-Fi and immediately it just was like, nope. All right. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to finish up both of these. I think what I need to do is just replace that router. It was the router that the phone company gave me.
How old is it? What do you say? 5?
This is a newer one because we replaced it, but it's a company called Pace. I've never heard of them.
Well, I've heard of the manufacturer Pace, P-A-C-E.
Yeah, that's it.
They make a lot of products for Spectrum as well. So it's not necessarily cable or phone company.
Yeah,
but just their equipments.
I'm not a fan of it.
I work for that I work for Spectrum, but I still have my own Netgear.
Yeah,
router, so I can manage everything myself. That's just
I'm looking to switch over to probably something like a Netgear or something a little stronger.
I have a Nighthawk, and what's cool about that is I have an app on my phone for it, so I can actually disable it even when I'm not home. If there's devices on there, I usually can even change my password on there if I want to.
Nice.
So, if, like, say someone's, you got family over the house and you find out they're not doing something they should be doing, lock them out.
Yeah, see, I can kind of do that a little bit with the Pace, but it's I don't like it. I don't. It's just so.
I mean, am I saying Netgear is the greatest? No, but
yeah.
I got it a number of years ago, and it's been pretty good for us. I mean, if I had to reset it, like defaulted a couple times over maybe 5, maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
So.
Did I did. I took pieces off of both F runners here, so I'm gonna have to utilize both F runners.
You said utilize or mutilize?
Utilize. I get it because of my accent.
No, I couldn't tell if you say mutilize or utilize.
Utilize. As in utilization, not mutilation.
Well, there are days when both can be applicable.
Yep. Yeah, me and Jen have an interesting day planned. I don't know if y'all know. You've seen the guy pop up on here, Michael New. He's a good friend of mine, like a local friend. Him and his wife recently moved up to like the mountain area of North Carolina, and they're coming down this weekend just to kind of get away for the weekend. And they were wanting to go to the Highland Games, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So that's why we're going to the Highland Games. I haven't been in like years. I've been trying to mostly because I've been working every time that I've been working on the house, trying to get it done. But yeah, I think after we get the house finished, I'm going to try to get a hold to a better router.
Well, honestly, keep an eye out around Black Friday.
Yeah.
Best Buy, that's where I got my deal from. But you might want to look at New Egg, Best Buy, and a few others. You don't have any, what is it? I'm trying to think of what's it called. Is it Computer Center?
No.
In Ohio, in California.
No, the only thing we have around here is like we have Best Buy, which is like an hour away,
Okay.
and then we have Walmart. And you go to Walmart and ask them for like any kind of like tech advice.
Oh,
It's like,
trust me, I know.
yeah, it's not a good time.
But I would keep an eye on like Best Buy.
Yeah, definitely.
Because also like if you periodically buy stuff from them, I mean you'll earn points, and those points can add up into a coupon.
Yeah.
To kind of help save you down the line. But because I got mine on a Black Friday deal like 3 or 4 years ago maybe, and usually it was like maybe almost a $200 router, and I got it for around 90, 95 maybe.
Yeah. I went to check my phone because Jen was like, check out Pokemon Go. There's a Duskull in the yard. I did not give up looking at the comments. I did not. Stop it. Yep, I'm on Pokemon Go. I'll send you my what you call it, username on there.
Never got into it. I have a brother who's heavily into it.
I like it. It's a lot of fun. I do a lot of the raids now.
He also likes to do some hacks too.
Really?
Spoofing his GPS to make it look like he's elsewhere.
Yeah, I've actually so I've seen where there's some apps out there that do all that.
Oh yeah.
And I know if you get caught, Niantic will kill your account. But you got to be very smart about how you do it. Like, say you go to Barcelona, Spain, keep your character there for like a little bit. Because I get why they've made it kind of hard to like say go out to like why they region lock some Pokemon just to make the game a little more captivating for foreign audiences. And for people that like to travel, it's a good way to get them to explore while playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, there was a version of that with Ghostbusters called Ghost World.
Really?
Ghostbusters World.
Yeah.
But they shut it down about a year ago.
A lot of these games like that, the server load is really heavy on them, and it's hard. I think it's hard for them to keep up, especially with the interest.
Well, I think had to do with the branding of Ghostbusters Afterlife, that they maybe were, because I know there's talk about a new video game being developed.
Yeah.
The same guys, I want to say the guys who did not GTA but Arkham Knights. So
Yeah.
there's some talk about a new game being developed. So they probably wanted to get, okay, let's kind of starve their, let's starve everyone. So when we do come up with something new, they're going to want to jump on this. So we'll see.
That would be. I would love to see a new Ghostbusters game. I would like to see a bunch of new IPs done for games. There's one game in general I wish would get a reboot, and that is Jersey Devil. Did you ever see Jersey Devil back in the day?
I've heard of it.
That was my game back in the day. I used to love playing that. It was so it's based off the legend of the Jersey Devil,
which I have heard of. Yes.
Yeah. And what you do is you go around as the Jersey Devil fighting, like you're doing like vigilante crime fighting.
So Hellboy.
Kind of, yeah. But it's a little purple devil. It came out about the same time as like Spyro and all those others.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. It might help if I'm an idiot. I'm glad these come apart easier than HGs.
Yeah, I had to backpedal a bunch of times with mine, so.
Yeah, I got ahead of myself because I was Jen put up the let me know about Pokemon Go.
Sure.
She distracts me while I build. She distracts me all the time while I build. It's always like, hey, by the way, the dogs are barking. Hey, they're itching to go.
Hey, look, squirrel.
I'm like, yeah, I've got a tiny piece in my hand and I can't do anything about that. I need this Ralts.
How did I lose an entire runner? Oh no, that's the problem. I have a section that's green and it's sitting on top of my black and green lit keyboard. Hello.
Oh, that'll do it.
Like, I don't see it.
Let's see. Catch you later, Will. Good. All right, Jen.
He'll be
Yeah,
back.
I know. It's in Figgy Mountain. But it's a router. It's not a modem, though, and I need a modem. Have a good night, Miss Regina. I think it's a router only. Good night, Miss Regina. Have a great night. Thank you for being here tonight.
What about a router and a modem?
I've always been confused as to like what the difference is between a router and a modem.
The way I always tell my customers is the modem is a water faucet. Okay, so that's where your data connection is coming out from. Okay. And the router is just a handoff. So I usually tell people, okay, there's 3 of us unloading a car of groceries. I'm handing a bag to you. Okay, I'm the modem. I'm handing you the router, the groceries, and then you're handing the next bag to, let's say, Nim. She's the computer or whatever data device you're trying to get connected to the internet. Okay?
Yes.
That's pretty much it, because a lot of standalone modems are only going to have one port, one jack. Well, you need to connect more than one device.
Yeah.
So that's where a router comes in. A router basically does what it says. It's routing the data, whether it's a wired connection or a wireless. It's allowing multiple connections to be handed off, basically.
Okay. Yeah. I'm tracking with you.
Like I know what I'm talking about.
You must have stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
No, it's when you have to explain it 5,000 times to senior citizens who just aren't getting it.
Or I deal with that. My grandma that lives next door is not very tech savvy. Which, I mean, granted,
that or you get people who they call in and say, well, this isn't working, and can you help me? And as you're trying to ask or troubleshoot with them, they keep coming up with stuff. Oh, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And in your head, you're like, well, if you think you know what it is, why did you call me?
What just flew off? What just flew off?
What did you lose?
I don't know. I went to pick up my book, and something just hit, and oh no, the nose cone fell off.
Do we have to have that talk?
I got it. I found it.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Gaddy. Yeah, as I was picking up the book, the core fighter got caught up on the manual, and it decided to sling the nose cone off as it hit the floor. As it hit the table.
When I did that kit, I took the core fighter and I put it in the box right away.
I probably should do that. I probably should. Jen says she thinks it's an all-in-one. I'll have to check. I honestly do need to check.
Do you have it through coax cable line or?
Well, the one we have in Figgy Mountain is the one she's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, not the one that I have now. The Pace one it's an all-in-one.
Okay, it's modem router combination.
Yeah.
Depending on your internet speed, some of the modem router combinations like with my company, they've been swapping them out for a modem and router.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the higher speeds they just can't handle. Plus.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing is I've noticed that my speeds aren't exactly the best.
Yeah. But there's also other factors involved with that, because if you're let's say something goes wrong with the router portion.
Yeah.
Well, it's all one device, so you're going to have the whole device replaced. So, for example, like a lot of companies with COVID, one of their first suggestions is, we can ship you out a new device out to be 2 to 4 business days.
Yeah.
So potentially 2 to 4 business days, you might not have internet. Or you're having to rely on waiting for a technician, and that depends on your availability then. So, I mean, there's a lot of different factors. But a lot of companies do allow you to purchase your own devices, but it's one you kind of have to keep in mind. Okay, am I going to stay at this speed, or in the next year am I anticipating going up? Because if you
Yeah.
are, then you might as well just go get a certain higher speed modem. But a lot of companies out there, including the one I work for, they have it where a customer buys their own modem. Well, this make and model of modem is only good for this speed, but it's not good for the higher speed or the lower speed.
Okay.
I have customers who will purchase a modem on their own that's good for 300 megabytes, but they have a 100 megabyte connection. It's not compatible with that. There's all kinds of jankiness to it. No, Autobuy did not see the Devastator yet.
Big Gamer says he deals with that all day at work as well. That's how I lost the V-fin for my Gundam Wing Gunpla. Hello, glad you found it. Yeah, it literally didn't go far. Luckily I have a hard floor now where I can hear when it hits. So it catches me, I catch it before it's too late. Gotta make sure I put these on right.
Ooh. Yeah, he looks pretty fierce, the Devastator. He's out of stock. I found him on TF Source. There's a few other sites.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get my costume together for this weekend by tomorrow, so that I can go ahead and start getting the final touches done next week before we go.
Like Celtic Jedi?
It's more of a Sith. I'm doing a whole Sith get up. There's not too much Celtic in it, but I'm throwing in some Mandalorian lore behind the character and all that.
A Sith Sculpt?
I would love to implement my kilt into it. It's just that kilt is very bright, and it doesn't match the whole Sithiness of my costume.
That just sounds all kinds of bad.
Yeah. Oh, come on. How's this supposed to go? All right, so
speaking of you're saying like a Mandalorian?
Yeah, I'm putting some Mandalorian background into it, his name and all that is tied in with some Mandalorian.
I'm gonna send a picture, something that happened at the Bills game this past week. You'll get a kick out of it.
Oh, definitely. I gotta see this. See, I've always been obsessed with the Mandalorian stuff. Even before the show was a thing.
I just send it to your Instagram. You'll get a kick out of that.
Uh-oh. I just heard Jen say something to the cat. I think the cat's getting into the trash. All right, there we go. The undergate on this is it's different. It's so different than what I'm used to. I love that. I love that, dude.
Right? And that guy had these wireless mics on his ears. So
really
he's perfect.
That's epic, man.
That's actually the Black Series helmet.
Yeah.
And he added the Buffalo Bills logos on it. I got some close-up pictures of it. It was sick.
That's a really good costume, too. He did a lot of good work on that. Wonder if he's a merc.
Probably is. Because, this is just one iteration of his costume. He's got others, because I started following him on Facebook, or not on Facebook, but Instagram.
Yeah.
And I also came across someone else who did because I talked to him, I was like, I would really, really love to see some kind of variation, maybe a Ghostbusters mashup with that. And guess what I found already? Someone already did it. The back of the helmet has the 4 cyclotron lights from the pack.
Yeah.
And it's got a little PKE thing that comes out the side, the targeting scanner. It's got all that. I'm like, jeez.
That's really cool.
You think you have an idea.
And then someone already does it.
Basically.
Yeah, I had that happen to me not too long ago. I was going to get the America Gundam and do the theme song from Team America World Police for a TikTok. 85% of TikTok had already started on that from the Gunpla community.
Hey, you had a good idea, though.
Yeah, that's when you know it's a good idea, is when the rest of the world does it. So, Dave, how are gas prices in your area?
I think we're like maybe three mid, like 350s.
Oof.
Could be wrong.
We are just now breaking the 320s. I miss cheap gas. Are we still frozen? What's going on?
Okay, actually, I spoke to the wife. She says it's actually 249, so I guess we got better.
Oh, nice.
Which is crazy because we're New York State and our sales tax is.
Wait a minute, you said 249?
249, she said, yeah.
God, ours is like 315.
And that's not even counting. We have the Indian reservations up here.
Yeah.
So you go there, it's a little bit cheaper, but it's also a little bit less quality too.
Yeah, ours is like, so I use a Mobile One, which is like our cheapest at 315, but like most of the other places are like in the 320s already. Shouldn't be that high though. I'm just an angry man now because I'm having to pay like I got a 16-gallon tank in my car. Yeah. But I mean, I got that car because I needed something with better spacing for like whenever I need to take groups. Autobot says he's at 360. Good God. Big Gamer, have a good night, man. I hope everything goes well this week for you. We will be back tomorrow, and we will be back tomorrow night as well. Hope to see you there.
Same KBG time, same KBG channel.
Exactly. We're not cutting it off just yet, but I gotta cut out some more parts here. I want to get this leg at least finished before I hop off of here tonight. That way I can have at least the legs done.
How many do we still have watching right now?
Oh, we've got 6 still watching.
Okay. If you don't mind, I want to just do a little spiel.
Go ahead.
Those who know me, Dave's Dimension, part of the Buffalo Ghostbusters, we do our Toys for Tots year-round. We're actually doing a fundraiser right now for one of 2 signed Ghostbuster Afterlife posters. One poster is I believe it's 27 by 40 inch, and that has 6 autographs, including the 4 kids, the mother Carrie Coon, and also Jason Reitman, the director. And the other one has Jason Reitman and the 4 kids, and I believe that's a 12 by 14 inch poster. We are doing $5 for 1 ticket, 3 tickets for 10, and you can find us at the Buffalo Ghostbusters. In fact, I will throw a link in the description below. All proceeds go for Toys for Tots, but here's the kicker. Anyone who makes a purchase, any transaction for a ticket, you have the option of getting one of those unsigned posters, and you just pay for postage. We got a whole ton of them from Sony Ghost Corps. Sony actually sent us these posters as promotional. So we have the 12 by 14. No, 12 by 17, and we have the 27 by 40 inch posters. So you would just have to pay for postage. Just by purchasing a ticket, you have an option of getting one of those unsigned posters for yourself, and you're still rolled into the chance to get an actual signed poster.
That's
We're going to be doing the drawing on November 22nd, and I'm going to throw the link in here. Let me pull it up right here. Here we go. You can just go to the Buffalo Ghostbusters Facebook page, scroll down a few posts, and you'll see the Buffalo Ghostbusters Afterlife raffle. So let me throw that in. Should have had it pulled up before. But we're doing, like I said, $5 is 1 ticket or 3 for 10, and there's no limit, and this is open worldwide.
Nice.
The only catch is if you win, you just pay for the shipping, which is the postage and the cost of the cardboard tube to ship it in. That's it.
That's not bad though. Those tubes are fairly cheap, and usually postage isn't bad.
$3, and then you're just paying for postage. But we got our hands on those posters. We figured anyone who enters, they have an opportunity to get a poster at the very least.
Yeah, I mean,
so either way,
and it's for a great cause. I mean, anything for Toys for Tots is always a good cause. Definitely. Which Life Anime Gaming is getting ready to do their big Stan Lee challenge stream here soon. Which I don't know if you remember the Stan Lee challenge from last year, but it's a 24-hour live stream where they do like charity events and give away toys and stuff like that.
I actually wasn't aware of that.
And they do like
I really started streaming. I started doing my videos and stuff like last year in August and September, and I really didn't link up with like you and Sleeping and everyone until I think maybe December or January. So
I think it was January because we did they did the toy stream back in December, right before Christmas.
And we already got a bunch of when the movie comes out, we got that weekend we're going to be appearing at a bunch of different theaters, but we're also going to be doing, like, when we were at the Bills game, we were already doing donations for Toys for Tots.
Yeah. I'm excited for that, Dave. Y'all, it sounds like y'all got a really great community there in the Buffalo Bill, the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Ghostbusters community. Y'all, it sounds like y'all do a lot for your community, and I really dig that, man.
I mean, it's, we do it, a lot of people say, like, oh, what is it? You're dressed up for Halloween? Like, no, we wear this year round.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be excited to see a lot of the other stuff we get to do, because, I mean, with the pandemic, we did, we kind of shifted gears. We, a lot of charities kind of said, oh, we can't do anything because of social distancing. We were doing birthday parades. We were doing birthday messages for kids and adults, and
that's really amazing.
And I mean, for our group, we don't charge.
Yeah.
If you want us to come out, we'll come out. If you feel you want to donate a few bucks for Toys or Tots, that's even greater. But yeah.
You see, that's like whenever I got together with Universal Nerd, the local community here that's been doing some charity stuff and they do a lot of different things for the community here.
Yeah.
I'm good friends with their founder, Omar. And Omar and myself, and when I had KBG as a team built channel at one point, it was me, Will, and a couple of others. We got together and we decided we were going to do we wanted to all get together and do something charitable. So what we did is there was a local young boy in the community who had a very, very rough form of brain cancer, and his name was Reese. I'll never forget that, because we did that. We got together with there was an old game shop, a vintage game shop, that the guy who ran the game shop knew of Reese, and he said, yeah, this kid really needs our help. Why don't we get together to help raise a little funds for his family? So we did that, and we started the Gaming for Reese event, and it was a lot of fun. Jen did make a recap of that day, and I'm gonna tell you right now, just seeing the look on his face when we got him a wrestling. We did kind of like a fighting tournament kind of deal.
Okay.
We basically decided we were going to play Smash Brothers. I think we played Smash. No, it wasn't Smash Brothers. It was Street Fighter. Not Street Fighter. Capcom versus Marvel. And we'd all talked about how it would go down and all that. And I think we put Reese on Team Universal Nerd, because we had like 3 people and they had like 2, because all of their guys were out and about costuming and doing things like that. But it was a really good time. We raised a lot of money for him. We helped, we had all kinds of different things going on to kind of help out. We had one of our local esports one of our esports communities got together with us and really helped promote this and really helped get it going. It was a great time. But it was Jen's got the recap video is really good. It was a lot of fun. We ended up giving him a wrestling belt, because he was the champion, of the day. We handed out medals to the teams and all that, made it feel like it was a big deal. So it was a great time, and we the loser was supposed to get a pie to the face. The whole team, both teams ended up taking a pie to the face just so Reese could get a laugh. And I enjoy doing that. I enjoy doing charity stuff. Like I love doing stuff to help out, people in need. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm excited about my new job. It's more of a community. It's more of a community. The place is more about helping the community. All right. Well, I've got the legs done. I'm looking at the time it would take to build the waist. That would probably take a while. So we won't get the waist done today. That'll probably be next build. It will be waist and chest. Hopefully. Because those they'll take that long. I don't want to go too much longer because I know Jen's got to go to bed. This isn't going to take long to build though. I'm looking at the way this kit's built.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of stuff there. I haven't seen much on decals though. Like the decals look like they're just bonus decals. Because there's no put this decal on next. Now I see the head does have some decal work. But they're really not pushing decals. Yep, there we go. I see my first decal there. That's wild. This is a fun kit. I didn't realize just how much work this kit was going to have into it. Like I hadn't run into too many decals, which is a nice thing. Even though they give you a sheet of 85 decals on here. I may be exaggerating that number, but no, it's 52. 52 decals. And they give you kind of a rundown of where those decals go. There's one that goes on the chest. I like the way that looks, though. You got your choice of 36 or 37 for the chest. I don't see the difference there, but you put those on the chest. 42. Wow, there's a whole lot of decal work that can go into this. For the eyes, did they tell you what? I want to do a little research on this before I move into that next step with the head.
Uh-huh.
You get your choice of 2, 3, and 35. Let me see what 2 and 3 look. Oh, that is really wicked. That is wild. So instead of the eyes being Dave, get this. I'm gonna have to show you this. Thank you, Jen. There's the link for that Gaming for Reese recap. And Dave, you dropped the link for that for the Buffalo Bills Ghostbusters. There's the link right there for Buffalo Bills Ghostbusters. Guys, if y'all haven't checked that out, please do. Please go check him out. Go check them out. They are a great community. But I got to.
And we have a TeePublic page as well that you can look at, and all the proceeds of that goes towards for tots.
I'm definitely going to check out y'all's TeePublic then when I get my new job. But look at this right here, Dave. So that's sticker 35 right there where my finger is. There's sticker 2 and 3. You put sticker 2 and 3 on first, and then you put sticker 35 on
to layer it. Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen that, and I love it. That's amazing. That is just that I've never. You can tell I'm in love with that right there.
Should Jen be jealous?
Oh no, never. That is great news, Jen. Thank you. Hey TTV, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. All right, so we've got 19 likes so far, 86 playbacks within a 2.5 hour stream. I wonder if I would have enough time to do the waist unit. Doesn't look like it's going to be that difficult. You know what? Let me get the waist unit done at least. That way I have half the kit done. I hate jumping into more. But TTV just got here, and I want to kind of give him some time there.
Oh, this is already getting all kinds of wild.
What you got?
The chest piece right here.
Yeah.
And get my.
Oh, I love that chest.
Take a look at the other side.
Oh my god, dude! I'm over here getting a little teary-eyed. That is wild.
Well, I still have to put a green crystal over that centerpiece.
Yeah. That is so neat, dude. I love the design of that. Exia, Big Gamer was right. Exia is a lot of fun. Oh, we got ourselves a dab. And you know what that means, guys? It's time for a dab party if you got them. Drop them. Let's see if my dabs go through. We are at 20 likes now. By the way, TTV, we will be playing some Fortnite tomorrow night. I'm bringing Fortnite back for tomorrow night. Fortnite is now replacing Fall Guys for a while, guys. I need a break from Fall Guys. I probably might come back to it with Season 5. I don't know, but it's gotten to where it's almost unplayable. I don't know if it's just the recent update of allowing, people with computers and, like the computer cross-platform. It just feels like it feels janky now. Like, you get people on there grabbing and pushing and pulling and all that. All right. E27 and E26. Yeah, I want to at least get the waist done, the lower half of this done. Nice, I'm hoping so. Ooh, yeah, I'm glad I'm kind of backing away from it for a while.
What's that?
Fall Guys. Jen said there's a huge glitch in the new update. Like, don't get me wrong, I like it, but I think I might push back to go for some Fortnite. Do Fortnite for now while I'm only having like one extra day to do streaming.
Well, I think it's good. You got to take a break from something and come back to it. Kind of refresh.
Yeah. Because this season was fun, but it's not as fun as it used to be, if that makes sense.
I used to play DC Universe Online a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's gone through a lot of iterations, and it's lost some of its luster. So every I take a break every now and again. I might come back to it, play a little bit, and see if it sparks my interest. If it doesn't, then it goes back into the I'll play it some other time in the future pile.
One of the things I did like about DC Universe Online, and I've played it, was the fact that you could create your own superhero.
You can create Marvel characters in there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know.
I've made a dozen different Deadpools. You can make Thor if you want. You can do Captain America, because one of the weapons you can have in there is a shield.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different stuff you can kind of goof around with, but it's definitely changed in the 11 or 12 years it's been around.
That's amazing though. I've played it a couple of times and I really digged it. I thought it was really cool. All right, I got it backwards. I was like, why is that not looking right?
To me, I think it's good if you're a DC fan, it'll get you in. But there's a lot of wastedness in it. Like, there's a lot of potential that they just never fully grasp.
Yeah.
I think. Like, one thing I think they really should have took advantage of, but they never did, was the whole Smallville thing.
Yeah.
I've actually made a Smallville Clark Kent in there, and over time I'll level him up and he'll get more of a Superman suit over time, or was it Legion of Superheroes Superman? I've done different things in there, but you can only do so much in there too.
But I played it for a few rounds, got into it, and I thought it was really fun. But then I just got like, how it goes. You play an MMO for a while, and it just kind of burns you out a little.
Well, also, the whole origin of Brainiac.
Yeah.
Okay, they retooled it now, so you're not even playing that original Brainiac storyline anymore. You escape from the ship when you create your character, and it used to be that you're battling, you're going on these other missions, but then you still are dealing with the Brainiac threat. You're not really dealing with it anymore. they kind of got the story away from it now, and I think that's where it suffers. But they feel like they have to be competitive with so many other MMORPGs out there. So it's it still has its stuff, but of course it's also very heavy to pay to play. If you want to have a tune, have a character that has this power, well, you have to pay for that power, or you've got to roll into the subscription of $50 a month. But still, you're going to need certain keys or certain supplies in order to make your mods to do this. They've expanded mechanics, but I honestly think it's going to start dying down in the next few years.
Yeah, and that's the way most MMOs are going right now. Like, nobody really wants to get into like a subscription-based MMO anymore. Like, I know that like for a long time, you heard people talking about WoW and how good WoW was, and
I can never get into it.
See, I had friends that got into it and they loved it, and they would always try to talk me into it, and I just couldn't.
My youngest brother, that's like one of his big games that he would play, and he said, "Come on, just download it." I downloaded it. I'm like, after a few hours, I'm like, it just didn't grab me,
Yeah.
And I'm someone who played D&D, so it's not as if, I'm not into that. I mean, I am. It's just the gameplay just didn't feel right,
I definitely want to get like an online tabletop experience going here soon. Maybe get together on like Sunday nights and do like a tabletop experience.
I mean, Sunday nights, like, to me, that screams D&D. Just for the sheer fact that years ago when I worked at a roller rink, a couple of the guys that worked there actually were into D&D, and they got me to play. And just so happens we would do it every Sunday. Okay, we would do like Sunday afternoon. We would do kind of like a movie, dinner, D&D, and then go to work.
That's really cool.
So we would pick a cult movie to watch, like Monty Python's Holy Grail or something like that. We would have like spaghetti, or we would have something. Then we'd play D&D, and then afterwards we went to our shift, which was 7 to 9 on Sunday nights at the roller rink for retro night. So it was, just a big bit of fun.
Oh, that sounds wild there, TTV. TTV says that the Queen in Fortnite is going to destroy the map. November 15th is going to have a low of 38, a high of 61 here. Ooh, we're finally getting into that winter feeling. Autobot says he played DC Universe Online for almost 5 years and quit because he was tired of playing the same 2 or 3 missions over and over again.
Yeah,
going good. I'm almost finished with the the progress I wanted to get done tonight, because it was I didn't want to leave just legs and a core fighter. I wanted to get at least the waist part done, and I'm almost done with the waist. Now I need E-Runner. Oh Lord, I hear Jen fussing at the cat.
What did you do?
That cat's just so annoying. Sometimes it'll try to get into everything. Like, they try to get into the cabinets where we keep all of our food and stuff, or tries to get into several other things that it doesn't need to get into. F23. All right, now let me get all this put together here. This is a really nice kit. Like, I was so intimidated by real grades, and now I'm just like, I love real grades.
I just wish I could find more locally, that is.
Yeah. It's almost hard to find good local kits anymore.
I mean, like I said before, it's Hobby Lobby for me, or Target. And my Targets almost never stock anything. It's funny because the weekend we were at Target, and I saw on a Sunday they had, this is at 7 o'clock at night, they still had boxes of like Marvel and stuff to put out.
Yeah.
7 o'clock at night, the stuff that should have been put out in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll take a look, see if they have the stuff out by then.
Still sitting in the boxes?
Yep. Then still, we get out there. It's Monday night. We're looking around, see what they have, and I didn't see where that stuff was. So I take a look around, and there's no trace of it anywhere. All I see is just tons of that Eternal stuff, and I have no interest in that movie whatsoever.
I've noticed a lot of people are saying that, like, no, but nobody's really interested in it.
Well, I'm not trying to get preachy or political, but it's very, from what everyone's saying and the reviews and everything, it's like they're trying to be very woke and include everyone and anything in it.
Yeah.
For me, I think it makes sense if it suits the story. If it has a purpose, then yes, do it. Go for it. If it doesn't, I mean, you're just kind of shoving down an agenda down someone's throat when, it's just, I don't know. I just think there's a time and a place for a lot of that stuff. If it makes sense, then do it. Don't just do it because you think that people will enjoy it, or you think it's gonna appease certain agendas.
Wants.
Yeah. Like the whole thing with the Superman, or should I say the son of Superman in the comics. There's a whole uproar about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know what I'm referring to.
I've kind of caught glimpses of it. I tend to stay out of, like, all of that. It's just because I'm apolitical, and it's not because I don't care about what goes on in the world. It's just no matter what what we feel or say.
Yeah.
In the long run, Hollywood's just going to do what Hollywood wants. All right. Oh, wow. Autobot says he was in a Transformers league where every character had to be designed like a G1 Transformer. Mine was Grimlock and Hot Rod. That's cool.
In DCUO?
I don't know.
That would be kind of cool. Because I tried to make like a Hot Rod themed character where he was a speedster and he had firepower for Hot Rod.
That's cool. That's really cool.
I will say this: I kind of enjoy doing a speedster if I do a character in DC Universe, but my favorite power has always been quantum, with time dilation, and teleportations, and all that power was always overpowered in the game.
There we go. Let's go with E19, and then after that, I should have the two sides done, or the two front panels.
What kind of tabletop were you thinking of?
You've heard of the game Dragon Age, right?
I've heard of it. I've heard the name. I haven't heard much else.
So, imagine it's a Dragon Age based tabletop game that me and Will have played.
Okay.
I actually have all of the books. Like it's the complete game experience done in like one big book. Right now, Will still got it over at his place because that's how we would set it up. We'd actually come over here. He's a pretty good DM. Will is like an amazing DM. Like he keeps you on the edge of your seat. He actually designs you, and or he actually helps you design your character and all that. Really gets you kind of into it. And for people that have never played like a tabletop experience, he'll coach you. He does a really good job of coaching. And so it's all D6 based. There's no like D20s, anything like that to make it. It's not complicated. Like it's all just super simple play. And he's never going to put you on a path of destruction immediately. He's going to give you kind of an easy starting. He's going to get you started out easy and all that. But it takes place. It's all Dragon Age lore. It's all about like the missions are very fun. The battle system's super easy. Like, yeah, I'd definitely recommend it. And I think that would be the game we would play. We would do a Dragon Age one. I have to talk with him to see if he's still down to DM, because after our last campaign, it just kind of petered out on us. Jen says she wishes teleportation was real.
Petered out, like, or a different petered out.
It's pretty much just kind of like a little bit of that, a little bit of both. He said Autobot said he did that in DCU or DCO.
DCO, okay, cool.
By the way, I love these hip panels. Good God, I'm grabbing everything that I don't need to grab tonight. Like I went to grab my nippers and I ended up grabbing the book with it. Right hand doing right hand stuff. All right. So I'm almost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the waist done here. That shouldn't take me no more than about a couple more steps here, which is good because I want to kind of knock this off right around like 11 o'clock. He said he used his Grimlock used Rage and was a tank, and Hot Rod was a fire DPS. It's really cool.
That's fire DPS for Hot Rod, yep. I made mine a speedster because figure if he's Hot Rod, he's got to be fast.
Yeah. That's really cool that y'all did that, though. I like that kind of stuff.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you could do... I mean, I've seen people do... I even did a Spider-Man.
Really?
Because if you did a tech character, technology, you got the grappler, so you got that grappling hook. So you would do that and do, like, martial arts for Spider-Man, so he could do those flipping kicks.
That's really cool. I love that y'all have y'all have the the know-how and the wherewithal to actually get that going.
There are dozens of videos of that people have done just on character creation to get how does this person do CW Flash, or how does this person get this costume? I mean, people have made Power Ranger leagues in there.
Yeah. All right, I'm about finished with these.
That reminds me, since you're talking about the tabletop game, there was actually, don't know if they're still doing it, but someone had made a channel where they were doing they adapted a Power Ranger tabletop game.
Oh, that sounds cool.
And they were actually doing, each week they were doing another episode of it, like where they were playing it.
Yeah.
And they actually had three former cast members.
Oh, that's really cool.
One of them was what's his name? Paul Nervy, the guy who played Bulk from Orphan. He was one of the players, and he was actually a ranger.
That's really cool.
It was just they had the girl from Time Force who played Jen from Time Force. She was there. I mean, so they really got people like into it and stuff. So.
That's really cool. I like that. Like a lot of people around here don't do tabletop experiences because they're just like, well, where's the character?
It's in your imagination.
Yeah, you got to use your imagination. It's fun.
What's the imagination?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of them are so inundated with video games. They don't get into that. Being able to create your own character and all that.
I mean, I had a buddy, Tim. His lead character was Anubis Wolfsbane was his character's name. Obviously, he was a Lycan.
Yes.
But mind you, this was like 97, 98. So that was well before Underworld and everything like that. So
yeah. I remember like the werewolf stuff used to be kind of popular, right around that time. That was when it really started taking off.
I had my one buddy, he had a character which was like had to deal with necromancy, but it was like Arachnivus wolf. It was like Arachnivus something. It was just wicked stuff. I always wound up doing like an illusionist elf of some sort.
Yeah. Now, Dave, you're gonna laugh at me. I am a one-trick pony. I always tank. I'm always a tanky barbarian of some kind.
I heard you tank, but that's another story.
But yeah, every time we create characters, I always go with so you get to choose like your character's race and all that, like you do with D&D.
Yeah.
But the races are all based off of the races from the Dragon Age lore. So I always went as I was always this Avar that was I always went as Avar. Avar are these giant tanking, like this giant tanky, just
And Lothar, the hill people.
kind of like that, but instead of being like Lothar, they just go with like almost like some of them have like very Celtic names and origins and stuff like that. It's really cool. Like you would always think that the elves would be kind of like Celtic, but the elves on this have like, if I'm not mistaken, they're very like Roman names and
Which
very Roman influenced.
I would choose like names that were kind of like Highlander. Like I went with McLeod quite a lot.
Yeah, mine was of course, I'd go with my username Coldbane, because it's just that was where I came up with the name. When I played Diablo 2, I always ran as a barb, and so I would always do Coldbane as my barbarian name. And so I'm just a fan of barbs. I love playing barbarians. And Will's like, "Come on, man, you want to try something else? Maybe be a healer?" I was like, "All right, I'm an Avar healer, but I mostly deal with swords." And so we would roll for initiative, and it would work. And he'd be like, "Okay, I hate you, first off."
Well, like DC Universe, I always played as a DPS. That's I can never get the hang of doing controller or anything else.
Yeah. But I'm always like the guy that's like going in with battle axe or sword swinging and always wanted to dual wield swords, and you have to work up to becoming a dual wielder. But I think if we can get everything squared away, we can get enough people interested, we might start trying to get something like that going here later this year. And start doing that on like Sunday nights. That is if everything works out and we, both of our schedules kind of align for it.
It's funny because at my job they keep posting shift bids, and I'm like, no, I'm not going anywhere. My supervisor asked me, "Oh, just shift bids. Are you looking for new schedules?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30. I'm good."
Yeah, I mean that's not bad, man. That's not bad at all.
I used to work Sundays, 10:30 in the morning till 7 in the evening.
Oof.
Sundays would be the dead days because everyone's watching football and all the other stuff, and it's just not with my schedule and Roxanne's schedule. Saturday and Sundays, that we need that, especially if we're going to visit her family in Ohio or Michigan.
Yeah.
We leave on a Friday, we return on a Sunday most times, so that makes perfect sense. Otherwise, I'd be requesting time off like there's no tomorrow.
Let's see. I got to catch up with the chat here. So, best part let's see. Autobot says he was a style hunter. So says the guy who told me we were almost home the day we met at the train station. Funny. I get what she's saying there about me saying almost done. There is a He-Man tabletop game they just made. It's like Warhammer 40K, but with Masters of the Universe instead. That is wild. There's a tabletop game for everything. There is, Jen. The book series that I grew up reading, Ringworld, actually has one. And like nobody knows about Ringworld. I feel
I've heard of Ringworm.
So, you know how Halo has those giant rings?
I've actually never played Halo.
Okay, well, the premise of Halo is all about the giant Halo arrays, which are giant mega weapons. Well, the whole concept of a ring, but it's also like a planet. Like things live on the Halo. Like it's set up like a planet. So it's not only like a giant weapon, it's also a giant habitable zone as well. So one of the cool things about that is it was loosely inspired by Larry Niven's Ringworld. And in Ringworld, it's a giant ring that surrounds a star. And basically these engineers back in the day, like back in the ancient times of pre-humanity, developed their rings in order to basically make a habitable planet for their creations. Because I think they were dying and they wanted to spread their influence onto the next generation, and so they put them on a controlled environment that was safe for them to live in. It's a really good read. I love the first book. I haven't read the rest of the series in a while, but Larry Niven really had a lot of good stuff there. And there's actually some Star Trek stuff that he's worked on as well. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Kzinti in Star Trek. Kind of like cat people.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that's part of his lore as well. Like he actually brought them over for Star Trek. All right, so let's go ahead and get this together here, and after that, I will have the waist done, and that will be it for tonight. So there we go. Let me get that. Come on, go in. There we go. It went in, but it went in crooked. I don't like that. I think it's in. I hope it's in. I hope it didn't just break.
Not saying a word.
All right, let's tuck those hip pads down.
All in the hips.
And there we go. Lower half is done. So I've got my lower half done. I've got the core fighter done. So I'm going to go ahead and show off what I've gotten done so far. Just turn off my ring light here. There we go. So y'all can see those colors a little bit better. It's a really nice kit. I'm loving the design of this. It's really small though. Like the core fighter is almost the same size as the hip. It is the same size. But there's the core fighter as well, guys. That is a really nice core fighter. I love the Crossbone core fighter design. Turn that light back on and turn that a little bit towards. There we go. But it's a really, really nice build. I'm going to go ahead and put a little shadow there to kind of block a little bit of that light. But as y'all can see, it's a really, really clean design. Carnage, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. You're catching the tail end of it there, bud. I built a core fighter, which is a little miniature jet that goes into the chest, Jen, and the legs. Yes. It took 3 hours to build that. This is a more intricate build than your HGs. So that's why that takes a little bit longer time. But it's a lot of fun. Like, I enjoyed doing this. This was too much fun. Now, next week, we will be doing the chest unit, the head, and hopefully the arms, and hopefully getting this kit done. But guys, I want to let's go ahead and look and see what else we got here. Yeah, we got chest, arms. That core fighter is going to go in eventually. I like the way the core fighter is set up on this too. It looks like it's a lot better to play with than the core fighter on that X-1 full cloth. That X-1 full cloth, you have to push the head down on the core fighter. I really wish they would have given me two core fighters. One they kind of have flying and one they kind of have as like the... But I get why they didn't. But yeah, there's the core fighter. Here's the legs. And yeah, so that's my kit. Dave, what have you gotten done so far?
Okay, so we got the legs here.
I love the way those legs look, man. Those are just some of the best for a Gundam.
Got a lot of movement here. Got a little pegs right here. They're movable and adjustable, so I'm guessing they're going to hold a weapon of some sort.
Yeah.
So we got the two legs, and I'm working on the torso right now.
I love the way that looks, man.
And I'm curious to see what goes back here.
I am too. That might be the pack. I think that's that cone that goes on the back.
Because this almost looks like either it's like an engine or something that's going to hold into there, because these actually are like claws.
There's a cone that goes on the back of it.
Okay.
It's really cool. I think you're going to be building that later.
But yeah, I got the lens so right in there, so it gives a nice little look under the decal.
I'm going to have to pick that. I'm going to have to pick that kit up. Definitely going to have to pick that kit up.
But again, look at the size of the leg compared to the torso.
It's got a really long leg. Carnage says he is watching a football game. Kevin wants to know how long will it take for all the pieces to be finished and built together. So altogether, time-wise, this should, I think for a real grade, takes about maybe 6 to 7 hours at max. Maybe a little less. I'm thinking maybe about 5 hours.
Maybe 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, maybe 5. I'm thinking maybe 5 because we've been going for about 3 hours now. So anywhere from about 5 to 6 hours for a real grade. Which football team you watching there, Carnage? That's okay, man. Sometimes YouTube does its own thing. By the way, we got up to 22 likes tonight, 98 playbacks. You guys are just phenomenal. Average watch time was 11 minutes and 43 seconds, which is really good. But Dave, you and Will got me wanting that kit, man.
Well, how is it that you don't have the kit, but we do? Just saying.
I follow the rule of
Mr. Gunpla.
Well, I saw it and I kind of weighed the options on it, and I was like, well, Will saw it too, and I was like, well, Will, if you want it, you can have it. I'm a guy that I'll give up my opportunity for someone else because I can buy it online too. I probably will. I'll probably end up waiting till after I go to this new job. That way I've got a little extra money saved up, or I'll see if I can swing it this next pay period because I think this next pay period is going to be a good one. But
look at all the shininess.
I love that, dude. I've got the HG Exia. So I would definitely want to get the RG if possible. I definitely want to get that RG wing as well. Now, if they drop an RG Death Scythe, I'm done. That's it. I'm buying it.
By the way, you, sir, you guys, you still have to give me your address because I still have this.
Oh yeah. Let me get with you as well because I've got to give you a couple of things as well. I've got about 3 things here I want to send to you, as well as maybe a couple of other things added to it. That is really cool. I'm gonna have to get a record player just for that. I don't know. I don't want to take it out of the packaging almost.
This was like from a Loot Crate or something a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Because it's a green vinyl variant.
Ooh, that might be worth taking out of the box just to look at the vinyl. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for tonight's stream. Dave, what have you got coming up for us? And I'm going to go ahead and put your banner up here.
Okay, I just put another link to the video I did about the Ghostbusters raffle. Buffalo Ghostbusters in Buffalo, New York here. We are doing a Toys for Tots charity raffle for a Ghostbusters Afterlife poster. We're actually raffling 2 posters off on November 22nd that evening. So we're going to have it running the entire weekend. It's open to anyone, not continental U.S., not North America, the entire world. The only people who can't jump in on this, they're up at the space station. They don't have PayPal or phones. So it's literally open to worldwide. All you have to do if you're the winner is pay for shipping. If you buy a ticket, or should I say if you do a transaction with us, you also can receive a Ghostbusters Afterlife unsigned poster, either the 12 by 17 inch or the 27 by 40 inch. You just pay for postage. It's $5 a ticket, 3 for $10. So either way, if you do $5 or $10, those posters alone, or I couldn't even, at least I would say probably ballpark of 20, if not more, for the small poster. You're just paying for the postage, which is shipping, and the cardboard tube, which is going to be very little. And all the proceeds go for Toys for Tots. There's the link to my video right there. It's on my channel, or you can look this up at the Buffalo Ghostbusters on Facebook. So there you go.
That's really cool. As for me, y'all have all of my links. They've all been scrolling the whole time down at the bottom, so make sure you check me out there. Guys, go and check out Dave's Dimension. He is one of the greatest YouTubers out there right now. He's a really great guy, really, really fun guy. Definitely one of my favorite people to build with. So I definitely want to give you a huge shout out, Dave. You do a lot for this community, and you deserve all of the praise, dude. Speaking of which, I want to give a shout out to this young lady right here, Miss Nemariel, my wonderful. Hey, thank you, Kevin. Thank you for being here tonight, man. But Nemariel is always in the chat, always willing to give a shout out to everybody, always willing to promote people's pages and YouTube channels and all that. Carnage, I want to thank you for being here tonight too. Even though you got here kind of, towards the end of it, you still popped in and said, "Hey, I appreciate that so much." But tomorrow I will be playing Fortnite. So if you have Fortnite and you'd like to play, hop in. We'll be doing a Fortnite stream all night. Well, not all night, but for long enough. Young lady, what am I, 5? I'm being nice, Jen. Just stop. Just stop.
Your editor, you paying food.
But after that, we will be working on. I'll be taking. It'll be a couple of days before we get to the next major thing here. But I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, all of that. The links for that have been scrolling at the bottom the whole time. You can go check out my merch shop. There is a link tree in the description for that merch shop. Let me turn it so y'all can see my face as I talk to y'all, all you amazing people out there. Again, we will be playing Fortnite tomorrow night at I want to say 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah. Anyway, I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Much love, comrades, and das vidanya.